You played a Wukong game!
Enjoy game right now!
Reddit never changes.
Speaking of communism,
Nick loves communism.
it sounds really good. And Hitler said,
Game over. Photography.
I hate it because we had so
Videography.
we had so many good discussions before the podcast.
I know, now they're gone.
Yeah, I know.
Don't worry.
They're gone forever to the ether.
We will
well,
not
we
talk
got
about
some for behind the scenes.
Oh, and then our attorney has to wander into the fucking conversation.
play it cool.
God, oh great.
Tom Sawyer's here.
Yeah, could you
Tom Sawyer's here. He's gonna go by in a raft.
So about all the
was
illegal
Jim.
activity you guys just told me about.
I know, every time you're like, dude, that's what's on our Patreon.
He's giving them feats away for free.
Jake stepping on cake. Smash videos. He makes so much
If
money.
he falls off like doing a
tier is that?
line.
That's a tier 3? Tier 3, Jake?
That's how I make 10.
Boy, you guys got to put that like tier 5 at least. Right? That's
At
like,
least.
I
yeah.
just want to see him do the wine stomping thing when it falls out the thing. I love everybody. It's like a classic internet.
That is just that's so old, but it's like instantly recognizable.
Yep.
Like,
It's like the first time that you have the wind knocked out of you.
Yep.
Oh.
I feel like
sounded like a dying walrus.
I was like 7 years old, and I like fell down the stairs, and like my back hit the stairs on the way down, and I went over to my parents, genuinely confused, like saying that I was dying, thinking that I was dying, and then they realized like, oh, you're just an idiot.
I can't do it.
I haven't had the wind knocked out of me in a while, so
I don't think I've ever had it happen as an adult.
yeah.
This sucks. I have still.
Yeah, so if I
Fighting.
start mouthing off, just hit me right there so I can feel it again.
Thank you, Justin.
Okay, I was like, who in the group would have done that? I was like, that's new. I was so confused. I was like,
Justin is naked and not afraid.
I look over. I was like, Joe wasn't wearing green shorts.
You guys should
Because
just
I did
have
like
that,
my head count. I was
Like
like,
while a super interesting conversation is happening, you should just have somebody walk by with their ass out, just like right in front of the cameras.
Careful, he'll do it.
yeah, military, it's fine. I'm used to it. Cody, you want to start this bitch? Oh, wait. 3, 2, 1.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to the Unsubscribed Podcast. I'm joined today by Eli Double Tap. Mr. Act Man himself is back. Brandon Herrera, myself, Donut Operator. Thank you for joining us. We love you.
I love how you said is back.
Yeah, he was here. Yeah, he's been
Yeah,
here.
back in San Antonio.
Back in San Antonio. He's never been on the podcast.
Back in the fantastic city of San Antonio.
Cody, you remember when we interviewed him
Yeah,
the first
well,
time?
he was at the range day.
Yes.
That's what I meant by back.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I was just
yeah.
looking at like the Zach Galifianakis like equations going by you for a second.
I was going to
Like,
try to trick him into being like, yeah, we did a podcast with him. I was going to go
podcast
along
after
with
range
it.
day.
Gaslight him.
Yeah, if all three of us teamed up on him, we could have gaslit him.
Cody's like, how drunk
No,
was
him and
I?
I danced it
Yeah.
together. Yeah. We
Oh,
were
fuck yeah.
two-stepping.
So that's
Yeah.
actually there was a plan to have him on the podcast before, but of course with the range days, like we just like fucking backlog 8 different episodes at once, and everybody is just fucking tired at the end. So we had to push it.
Yeah.
And we're already this. You were like, the range day is the date we picked, and it was like, fuck, it's like 1 day or 2 days before the live shows. We're like,
Yeah.
No, it's okay. You guys had to pick the best of the best, and I didn't make the cut, but I'm here right now, and I think you guys actually reached out to me like a couple of years ago for the first time.
Oh, really?
And I think I remember.
you seen our numbers, like, and now you seen our numbers, you're like,
Well, no, I think my channel was demonetized, so I was like a little bit.
That will do it.
Yeah, I was like.
Welcome to the fucking club, buddy.
Hey,
Welcome to the party, pal.
Yeah, buddy.
we're pretty good on unsub. Surprisingly,
Must
I'm
be nice.
surprised. Yeah, I don't know how we stay as monetized as we do.
Because we only say it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That sounds so much more work.
You're not showing the murder like I do.
Yeah. Or building firearms.
Or, building the gun, the homemade pipe gun that killed the Japanese prime minister or anything. So,
What did you do?
Oh, you never heard?
No, what'd you do?
It's a long, fun story. It basically ended with me making some satirical tweets about what had happened to me from this other content creator. He had called my mom, like harassed her, basically told her to stop, told her to tell me to stop making videos about him.
You want us to beat the shit out of him?
The drama's
We
over.
should probably find out who the creator is first. It's Robert Oberst.
But basically, he did a bunch of shit and didn't get punished for it. So he started posting satirical tweets about like, I'm going to start this new series called Doxing Adventures with Act Man. In it, I'll be doxing and harassing the employees at YouTube. It's going to have a lot of family-friendly content. So like, I made these satirical tweets because this guy had been doing this stuff. But they took it as
I remember that actually. Yeah.
Yeah, they took it as legitimate threats, even though like they had me on speed dial and they called me. They said
no one does that first.
Actually, my YouTube partner manager called me and he was like, "Hey, can you take down those tweets? People are actually they think you're serious." And I'm like, "Yeah, no problem. I'll take it down, but I'll screenshot it first, so that when they come out and say like, 'Oh, you did this,' I got the receipts." So that's the short version. But yeah, so when you guys first hit me up, I was dealing with that. Wasn't in the best state of mind, but we came through it, and now I'm here and happy to be here. The backdrop is really fucking awesome, I gotta say.
We got everything from gamer to teaching the mentally retarded.
That legendary helmet.
Dude, it came together pretty good. We are proud of this backdrop.
We're all like adding more shit as we go along.
Like each one of the things that are back there are just something that we have added to it.
Yeah.
We went from all just like anime and gaming shit to literal like fucking hunting license of a pedophile hunter. Like it's evolving.
And the best part right there, if you ask me.
Among Us. Yeah.
Dude, watching your videos from old to now is you started off with a lot less FaceTime. You didn't show your face as much. Did you? You went through that phase and you're like, fuck this.
Yeah.
I want some recognition.
Well, actually, it's kind of funny. Like, yeah, the older videos, I was like, I didn't know how fucking lighting worked. So it was always like super orange or it just looked like dog shit. So I would just record my voice. But then I realized, hey, if I'm trying to find like gameplay footage that's relevant for everything I'm saying, well, if I just record my face, then I can always default to that when I don't know what to put on screen. Makes making videos a lot easier because then you can just, I'm not ugly. People don't mind looking at me, I think. Right?
What a nice
comment below.
People don't mind looking at me.
Yeah, the comments are like 1 to 10. Rate how hot he is.
All right, Act Man, hot or not?
Yeah, left or right.
All right. Well, hold on. I got to mute first.
Yeah.
Oh, damn.
Shit, dog. I'm swiping right now.
Damn, boy.
Got to channel the inner Zoolander.
Dude, I know what our Patreon is now.
Shit. What's your content consist of, like, mostly these days, though?
Game reviews is always the bread and butter. It takes me a fucking millennium to get them out, but also just kind of like talking about the industry, what's going on in it, any controversies. People love a good controversy. They love controversy and comedy. So if there's good stuff to make fun of, some bad hot takes out there around gaming, from people who are misinformed, that's always, people love that shit.
So you're a predator.
I'm a predator of bad takes.
All right.
So what's the most recent controversy that you're going in on?
Here's one you guys will like, because your video on this was fucking fantastic, because you truly break it down is SJW, and it's a couple years now, but how in depth and how pissed, because you see it from the proper view, like stop ruining games based off of.
Oh, is it that one company?
No, this is a lot. So this is everything.
Are you talking
from
about
like
the video from like 2017, like the really old one? That was,
but it's a good take for it, because you're breaking down like race. You're like, race isn't an issue. Stop pushing this shit. And then you fast forward to 2024, and that shit is really resonating on film, video games, and
like
how
Assassin's Creed and like the new one, shit like that. People are like, just give me feudal Japan.
Yeah, because
that's all I want.
Literally your point. And do you still stick by that?
Well, there's a lot of points that I stick by. I think the landscape has kind of changed, where I think there's more like false shots than there are like bullseyes. Sometimes, people like rail against games and they call it woke when there's nothing really in it that makes the game worse. And that's kind of where I always stand, is like, if you can point to this thing and say like, okay, this is how it makes the game worse, and this is how it could have been done better, and this is how it took me out of the game, then that's
Last of Us 2.
I've never played Last of Us 2.
Neither have I.
What? So how do you know?
Because I looked into it. I'm like, man, that does not sound like something I want. What happens in the first hour? Fuck you.
Yeah. I read that too, but I also
I don't want to ruin it for the people that want to watch the show because I'll probably still watch it.
It's been 4 years. I think
The show, I mean.
Oh.
Yeah, because the people who don't play the games will watch the show.
Yeah. No. So like, there's always like some like ideological influences on video games, but that doesn't mean like anytime there's politics in a video game, it's like automatically bad. Like obviously Fallout, BioShock are prime examples.
Oh, the Fallout thing with the New Vegas developer?
Oh shit! I forgot about that.
Apparently, it's all capitalism is the problem. Really, that was really our greatest flaw this whole time.
So
we didn't know this.
I can't remember why we got into it at one time, but like my favorite video game of all time, and Brandon's favorite video game of all time, is Fallout New Vegas. Like it's the
round of applause in the audience because that is a based
one of my favorite games.
And so I don't know what got us onto it on Twitter or what got me onto on Twitter one time. I was like, oh hell yeah, I want to tell this developer it was the lead producer or
we found out that the guy responsible for putting the AM-180 in the game. One of the devs.
Yeah. Because we shot the AM-180, the 22 caliber gun that has the drum mag on top. It's
like a pan-fed magazine. It's like 177
gun.
rounds or whatever. Unless you go with the bigger one, it's like 250 or some shit.
Which you'll obviously go with the bigger one.
Oh yeah, of course.
So we were like, well, we're so happy they put the AM-180 in the game.
It's one of his favorite guns.
Yeah, it's my favorite gun. Fallout New Vegas is my favorite game. And I was like, oh, I'm gonna hit up the developer and tell him that like, Joe, thank you for putting the AM-180 in the game. He blocked me on Twitter, and I've never interacted with him before. And so I was just thrown back. I was like, what? like just sad, like little boy Cody. Like I was just like,
it's like me going on Hideo Kojima. I'm like, I'm gonna send Hideo a message, and it's like blocked. I'm like, the fuck did I do?
It was like a public tweet though, because it was. And it was like people were getting pissy that we were like, dude, what the hell? Because we were just like, no politics, no nothing. It's like, oh, dude, it's so fucking cool you put this gun in the game. We're big fans of that gun, real life, blah, blah, blah.
Come shoot it.
Yeah. Would you like to come out?
We invited him to come shoot it.
Would you like to come shoot it for real instead of behind a desk? Like, not, in an inflammatory way, but like genuinely, like, do you want to come out for a range day? Like, oh, these gun boys are fucking upset that somebody doesn't love them. It's like, no, it's just like, that was kind of a... You could just say no, thank you.
Yeah, that's
fine.
I'm like, what did he say? Fuck me for?
Yeah. Well, there's like what, like 3 or 4 AM-180s in the United States.
There's more than that, but they're very rare.
They're very rare, and we were wanting him to come out to shoot an AM-180.
I'll put it this way:
us.
when I bought mine, it's not even a transferable. It was $13,000, $14,000, something like that. They're very rare and very sought after.
Now I need to look up this gun.
But yeah, we looked him up to try and invite him out to a range day, and we were already blocked for some reason.
That's ridiculous. Like that'd be like Hideo or any one of my directors that I watch. I'd be like, Christopher Nolan blocked me. First off, how does he know me? Second, why the fuck did he block me?
There's a version of that with 250 rounds. Jesus.
That's the drum right there. That's actually my gun he's holding.
Wow. Oh, really?
Yeah. So
wow.
I did that video with him. It's admin results.
Have you ever shot cut out this star with a BB gun? That's exactly what that gun does.
Yeah, that is pretty cool.
And what's funny is that they used to use it back in the day, like for policing and stuff like that, like or for riot control and stuff. Because it was technically, it wasn't less than lethal, but it was less lethal.
Because they didn't have like beanbag rounds, like rubber rounds, stuff like that. So they would just use 22 rounds to like shoot.
Just fucking crazy.
But yeah, you guys heard that. The New Vegas, I think one of the writers came out and said that, which I vehemently disagree with, that capitalism wasn't actually the point of the Fallout games. It was actually about how war never changes and that mankind's innate nature causes them to wage war. And it wasn't just a slam against capitalism. I'm very upset.
Wait, they actually, the writer said that?
Yeah.
It's not like that's the tagline of the game or anything, is that war never changes.
Who could have put it together?
I don't know. If only there was a hint.
Yeah. If only there was like 4 or 3 words. Yeah, 4 words at the start of each game to just kind of like lay out what the message was. War.
I don't know. That seems a little reductive.
War never changes.
I can hear Connor over here thinking. I can hear his thoughts right now.
All I was going to say was, like, technically that's only 3 words.
War.
Well, he says war twice.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
Never changes war.
Yeah, all right. That's a little pedantic.
What is it's? I want to know how many developers, like, after it comes out, because I truly believe a lot of those games, Fallout 1, Fallout 2. I've played the first 2, 3, and New Vegas a long time ago, but love the first 2, which is isometric view.
Yeah.
Those games, when you made those, I truly don't believe when they were writing, it's like, this is what this represents. They're like, who's fucking dope? And then we'll make mutants, and then this is the cohesive story, and then however it turns later.
I just want to chuck a mini nuke at a Deathclaw, dude. Like,
But the controversy around
that's the
it,
average player.
the controversy around it now is that some people on Reddit and across Twitter are disagreeing with the author, or not the writer.
Reddit never changes.
Yeah.
Reddit.
But to be fair,
Reddit never changes.
everyone's entitled to their own interpretation of the work. But I do think it's funny that, like, there's people who are more inclined to be like, no, this is all because of capitalism. The Fallout universe is the way it is because of capitalism. And
The writer's like,
well, it's more about, like, human nature and war.
no, bro.
Because, like, in the Fallout universe, China was the one that launched the nukes first. But
The communists, you mean?
don't slander them in
That's
front of me.
fucking crazy.
Don't you dare slander them in front of me.
Still trying to go for some ad deals here.
Yeah.
Speaking of ad deals,
Our sponsor for this video is PDS Debt because everything is really expensive right now.
I spent $400 at the grocery store, and I don't even know what I got.
milk. He got milk.
One milk. You may be in debt right now because the economy is in shambles.
You know what also comes with that? Stress, anxiety, existential doom.
PDS Debt has a solution for you.
Help is available.
Whether it be medical bills, collections, credit card debt, they have customized options for you.
If you're making payments on your debt and your balance isn't going anywhere, this is the solution for you.
PDS Debt has options that consolidates all of that debt into one low monthly payment.
Everyone with $10,000 or more in eligible debt qualifies, and there's no minimum credit score required.
Save thousands in interest and fees, and pay off your debt in a fraction of the time.
PDS Debt is a top-rated company on Google and has an A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau.
They're personable. Go check out all their reviews and see how many specifically mention PDS employees by name.
It's incredible.
You can get a free debt analysis right now by going to pdsdebt.com/unsub. It takes 30 seconds. Go to pdsdebt.com/unsub. Go now!
I'm going.
Speaking of communism, though, I've actually been reading into it, and
Nick loves communism.
it sounds really good.
On paper, it's great, isn't it?
Yeah, on paper it is, and
Oh, wait, you brought us something?
I brought something, some scripture to share with the people.
Oh, wow.
Oh, it's going in the background. What are you chucking, Jake?
We're just throwing things. Don't worry about it.
See, I think
The Zincident, episode 2.
I think people, when they think of communism, they think of all the times it's failed, but it's never actually been implemented properly.
It's never been implemented the way you would do it.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, thank God Nick isn't here. Fuck, dude.
We should all sign it. What's up?
Dude, Nick, have you watched how...
This
dude,
is a
This
bit,
is
I
how you
believe.
set up. This is how you set
Simmer.
up. Okay, we're going to definitely put this in the background.
I actually,
Actually, put it next to the
about to say, Nick-
retard one.
Yeah, Nick was suplexing you into the fucking corner. If
Well,
you showed
can
this
I just share some lines of scripture?
Oh,
absolutely,
please.
go for it.
God, thank God Nick isn't here. Fuck.
And Jesus,
Don't feed the Ukrainians. I'm sorry, was that not in the original book or like?
I picture Nick like right now looking around like a disturbance in the force.
and then Jesus said, "Nobody should be allowed the fruits of their own labor. We should all be equally as miserable." The end.
It's a pretty good summary. What's funny is I actually own
Mark's
I own a hardback
290.
copy.
yeah, Mark's
I own a hardback copy of this as well as like Das
Wait, is that as big as it is?
He's a communist.
Yeah.
So that's the funny part. If you took a picture,
They can be anywhere. They can be anywhere. They're
all right,
in front of
McCarthy.
us.
If you took a picture of my library, you'd be very confused because I do a decent bit of reading, I think. And I think most historic texts are important to at least read through. And so like I have intentionally in my fucking wall, I have a copy of Das Kapital, the Communist Manifesto, and Mein Kampf all together on the same shelf just to confuse the shit out of anybody who walks into my library.
Wait, this is fucking only 40 pages?
That's all they needed. That's all the paper they had.
This is what started, like, and this is what people go off of?
There's no food in there, bud.
1 page for every million people it killed.
You know, there's actually a modern example that I think kids can relate to figure out how communism doesn't work. If you guys have ever played Valheim or Minecraft with your buddies,
Yes.
and you leave your chests unlocked, you know, let's say you guys are building a world together in Minecraft, and you got your own house. Everybody has their own house. You know, you guys are mining stuff. You're getting materials, all this stuff. You got your different chests with signs like this is where the wood is. This is where the diamonds are. You log off for a couple days. You log back in, and half your house is been destroyed, and all your shit is gone. And you tell your buddies, "Yo, dude, where's all the wood? Where are the diamonds? Oh, I used it to build my own." That's why communism doesn't work.
It went to the front line, comrade.
Yeah, exactly.
Look at New Wall, comrade.
Yeah.
This is my house. Yeah, but mine's gone. Very nice structure to build base off of.
Yeah, but we built new building with your stuff.
We built a community building over here.
No, that's exactly like it's actually funny because like whenever me and my buddies would play Valheim, like you'd get those people who would just kind of like around, but they would just take your shit and then like your that you worked for, you went out and you got that iron ore.
I know it every single.
I like it still video game. You're still pissed because you're like, bro.
Every
Bro,
single
I'm mine for this shit.
Every single April. I know. I get it.
Yeah. So in case any kids were wondering, communism doesn't work.
I like that. And then Karl Marx, you have to pay to see his grave, which is. You didn't know that? That is a thing. In order to
The
see his
satire
grave-
writes itself.
Yep.
in order to see his gravestone, you must pay money.
No way.
I'm
no
so
shot.
upset.
No,
Nick.
fucking Google it. That is an
I
actual.
believe you.
You're filling this seat, dude. You are our stand-in, Nick. Right now, you're ranting against communism, and you have no sleeves.
He gets up and he's like, "What? I don't even know about communism." Walks away. Nick's
No,
infused
but
with
I'm
it.
being serious. I actually love communism.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
On a real
Yeah.
note.
Or,
Super
grab
into
my
it.
gun for me.
Put him down.
And grab 2. I'll do it myself. No.
3. Bring it.
Nick, I can just
Thank
hear
you for the gift.
Yeah, you're welcome.
That's definitely going next to the other book.
The
Now,
retard book.
I did bring another book.
Dude,
and
put it next to teaching the mentally retarded and the Communist Manifesto.
We should
didn't
just
hear
put that
that?
in teaching the mentally retarded.
We just said that 5
I
minutes
know. That's
ago.
what I was like.
okay.
That's I was adding on to the joke.
okay.
Yeah.
I was like, put it next to the retard. And then Cody's like, put it next to the retard book.
Now, I did bring another book.
Teaching the mentally retarded. We're just going to go ahead and just throw that in there.
Yeah.
You'll get the first page you open, it's like,
A nice surprise when they open it.
The
a
plot
book inside.
thickens.
So originally, I really was deeply invested in communism. I truly believed in it until I started reading this other book, and I started really diving into it. And well, it just it comes from a very trusted source, and he just was really starting to speak some truth to it, and I started to realize that communism probably doesn't work the way people think it does. Now, if you want, I did bring the book with me.
I know where this is going. Yep.
Have you guys read this?
oh. Oh my God. This is
Yep.
no.
Nope.
Even better.
Try again.
Oh, A.H. Author. A.H.
Oh, yeah.
You knew what this was.
Oh,
right?
I knew it. One of the reasons I knew what it was.
I just like you were like, I'm coming on To Unsub. You know who would love some books?
See, we're trying to be.
I have quite the catalog to pick from.
We actually want to be fair and balanced, so we brought both. I no shit have a
He has
picture
some great
somewhere.
points, as you were saying.
Yeah, so he's got some great points.
That's my copy at my
Yeah,
house
you got-
next to a
okay.
bunch of the German stick grenades. I got the 1939 edition printed in English just because I thought it was wild that you couldn't buy it on Amazon, but you can buy the Communist Manifesto and Das Kapital.
Well, this was
Like-
more expensive than the Communist Manifesto, so I guess communism does.
It has a
kind of
couple
work.
more pages.
Yeah, a couple more pages, but You know, when someone brings out a copy of Mein Kampf, your first question is probably, why do they own that? There's a lot of good reasons. If we turn to page 447.
Well, hold on. Was that a bookmark?
Have you actually read this book? It's dog shit.
Yeah. So it is so
Fucking
schizo.
sucks.
It's so
bad.
It's all over the.
But
They're just gonna cut segments out of this. Brandon's like, yeah, I own a copy. Oh, great reading.
No, yeah.
They just segment this, and you're like, well, here's our career.
No, yeah. Cut it up for the intro so it makes me look like a fucking unhinged Nazi, right?
And we all just agree.
Yeah. And Hitler said, here he is not frightened by anything at all, and his baseness becomes so gigantic that nobody need wonder that in our people, the personification of the devil as the symbol of all evil assumes the living appearance of the Jew.
That's the 2-second intro now.
You heard it here, folks.
That's the intro. People are gonna be like, well, I gotta watch this episode now.
Dude, I never
What
would
the
have.
fuck.
I never would have assumed this would be the one. Like, yeah, let's get the video game guy on.
Yeah.
That's
Act
pretty
Man, he looks
easy,
good.
man. That's no. Fuck, dude.
Yo, but I was actually surprised. I know you guys like history on this channel, so I'll be real. Well, the interesting thing about this is that this is an annotated version of Mein Kampf. So basically, it has thousands of Twitter community notes on all the shit he said that's wrong and stupid.
Yeah.
So that's point number one. Like, if you try to read this without...
Oh, it actually does have like
Yeah.
annotation notes.
Yeah, exactly. And...
Oh man, it has some roots in Nietzsche.
Yeah, so they released this in 1939 before they invaded Poland.
Yep.
So it offers a pretty interesting perspective of like what the sentiment was right before World War II broke out. You know, because Hitler, I think he came out with it in what, 23? Mein Kampf?
I want to say it was a little later than that. Yeah.
33?
Yeah, it was
Somewhere in there. But you
that?
know,
They ally themselves with Marxist mortal enemies.
yeah. See, this is where I started to, I started to break away from the communist cult, and now I think I'm on something much better.
Wow, no, you were close. It was July of 1925. I didn't realize it was that early.
Yeah, no. So this didn't really come to the States. They couldn't read this in English until way later. And when it came out, I think the first copies, they didn't really censor much in Nazi Germany. They were pretty free speech advocates.
Yeah, it never burnt. They were big on books.
But the interesting
What
part
books did they burn, Eli?
The interesting part about this is that it actually highlights the sections of Mein Kampf that Hitler didn't want people outside of Germany to read. So you have what he's trying to hide, what his
That's
bullshit.
actually a deep dive of. So it's actually good reading. This one would be a very good reading.
There's no point to
historical.
read this book unless you read it with annotations and the backstory of he's fucking
And
an idiot.
it's nice that it's really not it's not a modern annotation. This is historical context before Germany is the enemy. This is what the sentiment was at the time. I completely agree. That's really, really interesting to see.
Yeah, it's a good excuse. I just hate the Jews. I mean, that's why I have it, but
Oh, we're gonna get along. Not
That's
because
gonna
of
be
that
lovely.
statement, but
No.
You're
I never thought I'd have an intellectual conversation about the fucking I guess
Antithesis.
validity of reading Mein Kampf in 2024 on a podcast with a video game guy.
I actually want to share part of the review for it. So there's a brief
Poland
review.
gives this 1 star.
No, a review of Mein Kampf by Dorothy Thompson. Shout out Dorothy Thompson because she fucking lets him have it. Okay. I just want to read the first paragraph, okay? So this is her review of Mein Kampf. Americans can now read the text of the book that has shaken Western civilization. Keep in mind, 1939. The reader will find the English writing rhetorical, turbid, and digressive, and the text disorganized. Do not, however, criticize the translators. Hitler's first battle was with the German language, and this fight, at least, he has never won.
God damn.
Mic drop moment. There's more. Let it be said that if the world is overthrown by this document and the man behind it, it is overthrown without benefit of grammar or literary style.
Dorothy Spicy, dude.
Dorothy Spice. Shout out Dorothy
Dorothy,
Thompson,
you
bro.
still alive and
Dorothy
kicking.
fucked him up.
I know, right?
Dorothy was on the list.
Good thing she was over here.
Yeah, right.
No, she doesn't stop there.
Yeah, Man in the High Tower, or Man in the High Castle.
Hitler had to conquer Germany to compel even Nazis to read this book. God damn. Now, of course, it is the German Bible, running close to the annual circulation of the Holy Scriptures, but there are plenty of high-ranking officials of the German government who have never gotten past the first 2 chapters. I couldn't either, by the way. It is most definitely a book that one can lay down.
Dorothy's fucking savage.
Right? So, I mean, on the real, it's really interesting to see what people actually thought of the book in 1939, before they invaded Poland.
Holy shit.
Yeah, I know, right? She fucking dropped the mic. But there's also a funny, at the very end of her review, she says, this is all something tribalistic, pre-Renaissance, pre-Rome, pre-civilization. Against the instinctualism of this book, against the fetish world, mankind has striven upward, feeling his way step by step through ages. Occasionally he has relapsed when civilization became too hard. Then we have had a dark age. Are we in for another? I think not.
Well, that didn't age particularly well.
That last part didn't, but everything else.
Dorothy, that was a bold prediction.
Yeah.
One that did not come to fruition.
Yeah, Dorothy hits, 99% of the time, but just that 1%.
Kind of sounds like Dorothy calls World War II, buddy.
Well, she no ballsed him into World War II.
She just fucked him up.
Dude, some of those, some older books, they really have a way with words where they just, they just hit you with some kind of lethal dart.
Anyways, what video games are you playing?
Dude, this is when Nick would have been like, damn it, I wasn't on that episode.
Yeah, out. Sorry, Nick.
Holy shit. Yeah, this is the deepest one.
Yeah,
we're video. Oh, no. We're going. Thank you for the gifts.
Well, but so in relating that to video games, one of my favorite video games is Call of Duty World at War. Which I think does such a fantastic...
Yeah, that's a slept-on video game there, because I love that one, too.
2009?
I think in terms of, how many Call of Duties there are, maybe people don't give that story enough credit.
Yeah.
Because it really pulls no punches.
I really love the simulator when you're the Russians pushing into Berlin, and it gives you the mission, kind of like the No Russian thing, where it gives you the option of doing the Russian simulator. They really nailed it.
What level was that, Brandon?
I don't remember.
But he's got the entire layout.
Yeah. It was DLC, right?
Yeah. It was the historically accurate version. There's a reason they wanted to be captured by the Americans.
Yes, it was.
The Americans were the great guys to surrender to.
Yeah.
Dude, that war is, again, America did fantastic, but poor Russia, just what they went through, Stalingrad. And that push, and it's just 20 to 40. There is an estimate of 20 million guesstimation on how many died during that war for the Russian side.
Was World at War the one where you're laying down in the fountain?
Yeah,
and they're shooting everyone around you?
Yeah.
And they're like, just lay still, brother. Lay still.
Mm-hmm. And then you hear that, that main menu music of, the lady kind of singing. I'm not going to try to do it because it'll probably sound fucking terrible coming out of my voice. But, if you know what I'm talking about, you can hear it. Or if you hear it, you'll be like, oh, yeah.
I'm going to go back and play World at War tonight.
Oh, you absolutely should. Yeah, so, video games, they can inspire a lot of different kinds of passion, whether it's for, storytelling or history. So I got really big into history, specifically World War II, because there's so much to it. Just like that book, it's one thing
Just inspired you.
To be clear, I think the Nazis were gay as fuck.
Wow, controversial take.
Yeah, I know.
That Hitler guy, really not a fan.
Okay.
I don't want to go out on a limb, but
I'm the one who brought a copy of Mein Kampf, so I feel like I need to clarify where I stand, just to remove all doubt.
Fair.
Chase. VFX him with the Hitler mustache.
My favorite part was I always loved during the campaign. They're like, "Oh, he's a fucking neo-Nazi. He's this." I'm like, my entire platform is I hate the government. You know what the Nazis loved? Government. They were real big on that shit,
dude. Oh yeah, this would have been a good Nick sitting in. You would have been in the middle. Nick would be like, oh, I can relate to you very well. Let's talk about
See,
war.
my original plan.
World War II.
My original plan was to, because I talked to some of my buddies who are big fans of the podcast, and they were like, "Oh,
shout out to them."
Yeah. if Fat Electrician is on, you gotta start talking about communism.
So what do you think about the Molotov-Ribbentrop Compact?
You know, they should have kept it alive if Hitler wanted to win, but
damn, he knew what that was immediately. That's impressive.
So you actually do a lot of research and like history. Is World War II your big like piece that you're like, I love doing research or reading on?
Yeah,
this?
yeah. I get pretty into it. Like I go through obsessive phases with things. I don't know if any of you guys have ADHD. Different.
Of that too. Yeah.
Yeah.
You have your rabbit holes that you do.
Yeah. I like to think I'm not autistic, that I have like decent social skills. Do you want to go make out?
You have great social skills.
Yeah, so you picked up on all the cues, dude.
Yeah.
That's better than you could say about any of us, man.
Yeah. He's like, yeah. I'm like, what the fuck?
Well, that's what Brandon and I also talk about quite a bit. It's like if you're in
Making
this
out?
game, you're making out.
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
You got to be autistic at some level where you focus on like something like World War II, or you focus on Vietnam War, or you focus on something like that, and you just dive so deep into it.
Like, do I think we need a fucking parking space because we're like disabled, like autistic? No. But like, there's a little touch of autism in every one of us that succeeds.
Well, you might need a special parking place, but
Ow.
We just got on the Reddit. There was one post
just
and it cracked me up. There was a
It's all right. I get social cues, so I understood what you meant.
He has 3 purple hearts.
Fuck off. Don't do it. Thank you. The Reddit.
Dude, he gets a double. So he loves them.
that's incredible.
So anyway, the subreddit, Eli.
Oh yeah, the subreddit was a dude that maybe has autism or claims, or he could, whatever. But he was like, "Hey, don't use the word retard." And he went in, like, you can have your feelings, and if we hurt your feelings, hey, like, that's not going to apologize for that, because that's, we do us, you do you. We're very big on that. We'll never PC or dumb something down just because we hurt somebody's feelings. If you're autistic, I don't know, fucking however it affects you, negative. But like, he was like going into these
Oh God,
1,
Eli.
2, 3, I have no feelings on that. And then number 3, he's like, no, out of the people with autism, he's like, I have autism, blah blah blah. He's like, Cody and Brandon, they don't have autism. Eli does. I'm like, God damn it, why would you point to me of all the people when an autistic person is like, you have autism? I'm like,
I can tell.
it's like, my son does.
It's like I've got autism in my family, and you know, I've taken tests at my fucking my entire shop. It was like a joke at one point. We all took the test, and we're like, all right, we're gonna be 100% honest. I scored second out of all of my employees, next to the guy who was diagnosed. I'm like, all right, well, that's a result. I'll fucking process that later.
I always say, have your spouse do it, and then if you score higher, you're like, oh, I scored lower. It's like, yeah, new high score with her. Is that good or bad? She's like, that's bad, worse. Actually, I'm like, oh.
I feel like when you're, because I was a kid and they diagnosed me with ADHD, and like I've had my own personal problems, like in school and focusing on stuff. I try not to think that I have a diagnosis. Because I try to view it as like I just think differently.
Superpowers. Yeah. You have a different operating. I always say it is a different operating system. Some stuff's harder, some stuff's easier. But don't try to change everyone else because it's like, hey, my life with autism is more difficult because X, Y, and Z. Guess what? Ryden will never say that fucking statement ever in his life, because he's like, my life is dope, Daddy. I just got cars and something else because you did this. But he is happy. Make yourself happy. Find whatever is your tism, because fuck, if you have autism, you have something you are dialed the fuck in on, and you're going to excel at that. Do that. Make that happy. Yes, relationships and stuff might be more difficult. Read a book about that. You can overcome that shit. Or not, but then just be happy.
TLDR, whatever we say won't unretard you.
God damn it.
That's the next shirt.
God.
Unretarded.
I cast social skills. I don't. What do you want from me, dude?
Not very effective.
So I actually do have like a legit ADHD diagnosis from a while back, but like I found out that like There's a, like, if you look at the pie chart for ADHD versus autism, it's a fucking circle. It's close.
Yeah.
There's a huge correlation.
So, like, also, you know, try not to let words hurt you too much. But also, like, if you, I had a buddy who's, I think he's in his, like, 30s, late 30s. He was diagnosed with autism, and it was kind of like,
it affects you, dude.
Don't let it affect you. Don't let it make you feel like you are less than what you are. You are just different, and you are your own person.
Some people, when they put a word on it, it fucks them up.
Dude,
yeah, exactly. When it's like
it's
well,
just
because
you.
there's
It's
the
the same
stigma.
you've already known, dude.
Yeah. Now you just die. That I can't wrap my head around, because I was like, why would that affect somebody? Because I watch videos of people getting affected. Like, I got the diagnosis, and you see it like crush them. I'm like,
It's not cancer. Like, it's not a new thing you grew. Like,
Right. You're not like physically deteriorating.
doctors say I only have 50 more years. Your life? You have a life?
Well, but to have like a doctor be like, you know what? Actually, there's something fucking wrong with you up there. Did you know that, Buster?
I'd be like, yeah, I did. Yes. But still, it's, as you're saying, words or anything, it is the is it acted upon? Is it like, what's the meaning behind it? And when you say it, if it's fucking hatred, it makes way more sense. But a lot of people, you can say retard, you can say autism, you can say whatever. All of us are going to laugh about it. You can make white jokes, Mexican jokes. I don't care if it's a joke. It's a joke. Unless you're saying it with like hatred, then we might have a little bit of an issue.
Ooh. What was that for me?
Oh, thank you, Connor.
Wow, thank you. Yeah, you guys are a lot of fun to talk to. I don't really get too many opportunities.
I don't know if it's the autism, but I couldn't tell if you're being serious.
Well, that's why we're on the same wavelength.
Same
Yeah,
spectrum.
these guys don't get it. These fucking normal people.
Except for Eli.
Yeah. So what do you think of the beer hall putsch of 1923?
To be honest, I'm really not familiar. I'll be
Go on.
No, that
real.
was Hitler's first attempted coup of the government by force.
Okay, I'm genuinely not familiar.
Really?
No.
I hope you stand up and don't know anything about World War II. It's just that seat is so imprinted
know,
with
right?
Nick.
Yeah.
Because that's his seat.
This is a Nick moment. I'm like, you have talked
Go
about
on.
a piece of
This is
history
great.
that I don't know about.
Dude, people are riveted right now because history.
Yeah, history. So you guys don't know what I'm talking about. So I can say whatever the fuck I want. And as long as I say it with conviction, you'll believe
I'll
me.
just read the comments later and see like if they fact check you. But yes.
Or better yet, Google it. No, it was basically.
We never do
I can't remember if it was.
We do that all the time on the podcast. We're just like, oh fuck, if only the nightmare brick could tell us.
Well, so Hitler wrote Mein Kampf while he was in prison, right?
Yep.
He was
World
in prison.
War One.
After
No,
World
it's-
War One.
Yeah,
Post
after
World
World
War
War One, he was a soldier, a decorated soldier, and then rose to power.
So World War
No,
One
no.
ended in 2000, or excuse me, Jesus Christ, sorry. World War One ended in 1918. So he wrote
He got it
Mein
right.
Kampf 7 years later.
Okay. But he was
Yeah.
still a decorated soldier during...
Yes.
Right?
He had an Iron Cross and everything, I believe.
Okay, yeah. I hate giving Hitler any props, but
I mean, the dude, you cannot... Leadership-wise, you can't say, oh, he was a bad leader. When you rise to power to that degree, you can't be like, fucking...
he was
Eli double tap. You cannot say Adolf Hitler was a bad leader.
I mean, he had bad ideas.
2024.
He still...
he was
accomplished
good
a
at
lot.
gaining power. He was not good with exercising it.
No, I would agree with that.
terrible
completely.
with power.
Really, that's a pretty hot take.
I know,
there,
yeah,
Buster.
crazy
Yeah.
take.
Terrible with power.
But I mean, even his people that like ideologically were consistent with his worldview did not really love his leadership and his decision making, especially toward the end of the war. It was just off the rails.
Well, a lot of
Drugs.
people like in the Nazi party because there's so many like fascinating stories within World War II, and
Valkyrie.
Yeah, Valkyrie. But a lot of like the Nazi higher up leadership didn't actually like believe what he was saying. They just were like along for the ride. Like, oh, this is how. Like, if I grab onto Hitler, I'll
Coattails.
rise the ranks. Yeah, yeah.
So I think that was what happened to Rommel too, if I'm not mistaken.
Did he? I think Rommel. He was the one in Africa doing the Africa campaign, right?
Yeah, my great uncle actually fought under him in the Africa Corps and was actually captured in El Alamein and brought back to the United States as a POW.
Wow.
Yeah, I think to Texas.
And now we have Brandon Herrera. Mexican.
Unfortunately.
Yeah, unfortunately.
No, but I think I know we've kind of been going all over the place, but like history is super
Podcast.
fascinating. I mean, you guys, I don't need you to You guys don't need me to tell you that. You guys own all these cool firearms and like World War II relics that are real. And
No, but explain like what you're talking about. Like,
the beer hall putsch?
Yeah, dude.
I've never heard.
I shit
you
you
never
not.
heard of it?
No, like
I don't
this is
remember
not a
what
bit.
that is.
I dropped out of high school, dog.
Well, this was Hitler's first attempted coup of the government of the Weimar Republic, because back then the Nazis were a smaller group and they would hang out in beer halls, right? And they would get some drinks and then just, those Jews, can you believe them?
It sounded like a lot like our friend group, minus the Jew part.
Yeah. I'm not good at a German accent. Sorry, I just associate racism with the South.
That's the one thing that would get you canceled. It's like, we're not racist. Like, shit.
Well,
it's a joke.
Hey, I'm from Washington. You guys, there's a lot of jokes you can make about me.
Yeah.
So.
So he started small.
Yeah, no. So,
if I'm not mistaken, like this is the Weimar Republic is when like the German economy is in a complete downturn.
yeah,
the money means
shit after World War I. They
us
have
in like 4 years. Like,
they're given all of these terms that are like the Treaty of Versailles. The League of Nations is like propped up. They make these incredibly unreasonable demands, which like sows the seed of discontent among the German people, which Hitler exploits.
I'm pretty sure even like one of the main French generals during World War I straight up said about the Treaty of Versailles, the only thing this is doing is postponing the war 20 years.
He wasn't wrong.
He was not wrong. He's like, this is completely unreasonable. They will never be able to complete this.
But the beer hall putsch was like one day they attempted a coup of the government. Hitler and a bunch of other Nazis basically tried to invade the government. I can't remember exactly what building, but they tried to take government officials hostage and basically say like, new regime's here, boys. I think 15 Nazis died. They called it the beer hall putsch because they assembled in the beer halls. They left and then,
a bunch of hammered fucking dudes.
Yeah, but they basically tried to get this old decorated World War I general to come in and say like, yes, guys, this government is over. The new one is here. Obviously, the coup failed and, Hitler was put in prison, which is when he wrote Mein Kampf.
No shit. Okay.
Yeah, he wrote Mein Kampf with one of his closest, like, most fanatical devotees, you would say, Rudolf Hess, if you guys know about him. No? Oh, that guy was a fucking crackpot, even for the Nazis.
Dude, when you're calling somebody a crackpot, you're like, fuck.
Okay.
Man.
You're like, man, I was listening to this Hitler guy, but Hess, he was a crackpot.
No, the Nazis thought he was a crackpot. So this guy's career highlight was in 1941. He went solo. Like he's one of Hitler's closest advisors, Rudolf Hess. Surprised you guys don't know about him. You should really look into this guy.
We're not Nick.
Yeah. He'd probably know.
But I know the name. I really don't know much about his personal life or anything.
So the highlight of his career was, I think, in 1941, when Germany was at war with Britain. I think this was after they had beaten France. That was 1941, I believe. They were at war with Britain and bombing them, and Rudolf Hess was like, we can't fight a war on two fronts. So he was fucking crazy. He thought he could take a plane, fly it to Great Britain, meet the Duke of Hamilton, and negotiate terms of a treaty. So he flies.
Wait, he just flew there?
He went behind Hitler's back. He's one of his most highest top advisors.
This is mid-war. This is peak war.
Yeah, he was the deputy.
No, this is before the U.S. got involved. This is 1941. This is
It's still peak war.
Before Pearl Harbor.
He was the deputy Fuhrer. That was the rank he was given. So basically,
But peak war for, Britain at that time, that's still everything's getting conquered.
Yeah. It's scary, bad time.
Britain's basically the only one putting up a fight right now. And so he takes this plane. He somehow manages to avoid all the radar stations in Britain, but he runs out of gas. He can't find where he's supposed to go to meet with this random fucking aristocrat who has no connection to the government. Yeah, it's a crazy fucking story. He abandons his plane, it crashes, and then he is immediately apprehended and arrested, and he spends the rest of his life in prison.
Holy shit!
Until he was the last Nazi in prison from the Nuremberg trials. He was the last one to die, and he died in the 80s.
The last guy to die outside of Argentina.
Yeah, it's a crazy story. You guys really should. Rudolf Hess. Also, if you want to watch the
Cody's face right now, he's like, what the fuck?
No, I was like, I gotta watch more movies, dude.
Dude, I will tell you guys, have you guys heard of, this is the best World War II documentary series I think I've ever watched. It is the most comprehensive. I think it's like 26 parts. It was produced in 1972, so this is like 27 years after the war ended. And to pique your interest, the tagline, I think the director said to get to like what his goal was in producing this documentary series on World War II is, I wanted to interview the people that dropped the bombs and the people they were dropped on. Mm-hmm. So there's interviews from like German citizens. You did both? Yeah, you get all sides. It's called The World at War. Completely free to watch on
that was the Call of Duty game, right?
I think that's where they got them.
Yeah, okay. I was just making sure.
But the docuseries is called The World at War. Anyways, I'm talking a lot. So.
No, dude, I cannot stress enough, like, that is what, as you can see, we shut the fuck up and are listening because it's we're learning.
Yeah.
And this is that weird podcast where people are like, they're going to talk about cum and then learn for 20 minutes straight.
Yeah.
And be like, that was fucking dope.
Yeah.
The duality of man.
Yeah, the duality of man.
Which way, Western man?
So how big are your cum loads? Jesus. They like
we talking strings or gold?
And cut. Yeah. I actually had an idea just now. We might cut this.
With the cum loads?
No, not necessarily that.
That's the highlight.
No, not cut that. That's gold. Would we want to get my 92-year-old grandmother on here, the German civilian during World War II?
Yes, 100%.
I will ask. I'll see if she'd be willing to fly, but she's still like pretty damn lucid for.
You absolutely should, because you never know when. My grandparents were gone. I wish I talked to them more about stuff. I did talk to them about like history and like what it was like growing up. You know?
It's a completely different lifestyle. We get to learn a completely different view because you're talking about technology is very non-existent. Computers don't exist. You're living in the now, and then war is going on, which is even talking to Iraqis during like the Iraqi war, it was fucking weird going into different houses and hearing their points of views or seeing what was happening. And then like, oh yeah, we appreciate what you're doing because my dad he got kidnapped and killed one day. And you're like,
yeah,
holy fuck, what? And that was just their day to day. So, Mima Herrera.
It's Oma. Oma is
Oma.
That's what we, of course, German, but we'd always talked about one day sitting down in front of a camera and just like documenting her life experience. I couldn't think of a better format than here.
Yeah. She's like, the Jews! And we're like, oh my God.
Dude, I actually...
they were this tall.
Oh, no. Chase, cut away from that.
You don't have to see what he's doing to know what he's doing when he says that. It's better left up to the imagination.
But she talks about like her experience of like going through the bodies every day as like a 14-year-old girl, like going through the bodies looking for her brothers and her dad. Yeah. And, like seeing like every day that was just a normal thing, like her actually getting shipped off to the French countryside during the early days of the bombings, and like basically getting kidnapped by a French family that she ran away from, like as a 14-year-old girl going through the Black Forest alone to like walk all the way across Europe back to her home in Germany. It's fucking crazy. She's got some stories,
dude. Even that, like, fuck, like the idea of bombing cities, because you're in like World War is completely different rules. You are bombing cities. Civilians are then part of it.
Near peer is wild,
dude. Like war, like you're
total war.
Yeah. Well, you have such different rules of engagement, Geneva Convention and all that. Like, we weren't allowed to, people, unless they can point guns at us. This is combat. People are pointing guns. You're like, you can't shoot unless they shoot at you first. So you're like, okay, this fucking sucks. And you hold to that standard no matter what. And then to hear, oh yeah, you're just doing city bombing raids, or in Japan doing the fire bombs and watching cities burn and it's affecting civilians. Fucking mind blowing to me. Like, I can't wrap my head around that environment at all. And when you think of war fucking sucks. Like, in my head, I'm like, war sucks. This isn't fun. War never changes. Yeah. War.
Capitalism.
Capitalism never changes.
No, indeed. But yeah, so Mima always welcomed on.
I think I might try to make that happen if it pleases the audience. I think that would be really cool.
Friendly advice.
Like,
I
no.
actually in 2015, just a few months before my grandpa died of a heart attack, I actually like set up a camera and filmed him and like asked him some questions about his life.
Yeah.
And I'm really happy I did that because like after he died, I cut up this video and played it at the funeral. Or no, it wasn't at the funeral. It was after the funeral. Everybody came back to the house.
The wake kind of thing.
Yeah.
wait.
And you know, the dog that they had, his name was Zach. He like, you know, when somebody dies and like the dog doesn't know like where the owner is anymore.
Yeah.
The saddest thing was like when I was showing the rest of my family the video, like Zach the dog came up and was like looking around. But I would say you should do it sooner rather than later, just from personal experience.
Yeah, I mean that's up to you guys, but
Done.
I think
down.
this is the reason I brought it up on the podcast is because I know I got to run in a second, but like this is the first time I ever thought about doing that.
I would love that. Like that is a completely different experience, and I guarantee we don't, unless the audience was like, "Fuck that," which would,
Yeah.
I'm like, we're doing it anyways. Fuck y'all.
Yeah. You guys.
Fuck you guys too, I guess.
Show
Damn.
some goddamn respect to Oma.
Yeah, oh my-
Yeah. If the audience doesn't want Oma on, we're gonna come to your house and we'll kill you.
Oma won't have to beat your ass. She'll just tell me to do it.
Yeah, these guys got a firearm or two, and it's not just these puppies.
They've been shrinking lately. I need to fucking get back.
Oh,
into
have they?
that. Yeah. It's flex a little harder, bud.
Wow.
I'm stretching, man. I've been sitting here for a bit.
We need to go back in the boxing gym.
I know. You gotta start boxing.
Which way is
again.
north?
Yeah.
You see my beach ball? It
Yo,
looks-
you can outclass me. Look at you, bro. Just pull the sleeve up.
No, that's weird to me. To me.
Why?
I don't know. I'm a high bone body now. I'm like a female. I'm like, no, stop.
Do you think you could beat
I'm
me in arm
overweight.
wrestling? You probably could.
I hope so.
Well, I'm putting money on you.
Why are you all
That guy knows all sorts of fucking weird shit.
I know. I'm like, awkward. Praise. I hate it. Talk about cameras. Switch the subject. No, we have to get
Autism.
Oma out. Yeah, autism.
Yeah.
We have to get Oma out. We'll fly her first class.
I'll probably go back because she hates flying. Because the last time I think she flew anywhere was in like the 70s back to the
1944.
United States. So like planes are different now. I'll probably go there and fly with her.
Oh yeah.
But,
I was about to say, can we like escort her back? Like,
right.
all right, Oma, you're with us now. Don't
wanted
worry.
We wanted to take her back to Germany because she wanted to see her hometown, but it was kind of sad almost. She recently decided she didn't really want to go because she's like, it's so different. I won't. It's not the place I knew.
No.
Which is fair. I mean, it's been half a century.
Yeah, they let all the Jews back in.
Did you see that fucking? It's like a screenshot that's like 15 years old, but it's like a Facebook post where it's like a girl posting like, "Where are all the cute Jewish boys in Berlin?" And somebody's like, "I hate to tell you."
Who's gonna tell her?
Yeah.
Who's gonna let her know?
It's like, this is crazy, but
It is also wild to be that uneducated if you are in Berlin.
imagine not asking or like asking that question unironically.
Yeah.
Knowing that that's not going to be the first response somebody makes. Well, I guess people have different friend groups than we do.
What do you guys think is the most interesting aspect of World War II? Like the part of the war that you really get the tism tingles for?
Dude, there is the nukes, the nukes, and then Nick's talk about the one guy that was captured, which I can't do it justice, but that one individual was captured in Japan, one of the pilots, and then they just question him about nukes, and then
yeah.
do you know
He
the
just
story?
happened to be
And he
right.
was. This dude knew nothing. He was just a military pilot, knew fucking nothing.
about the nukes.
So they kept torturing him, and he was like, "Oh yeah, I know."
We got 100 of them.
Yeah, hundreds. So that is part of why the Japanese government were like, dude, what? They have hundreds?
Exact quote. The Japanese Emperor Hirohito.
Yeah,
Dude, the guy, the guy that was just trying to stay alive at the
Yes,
time.
100%.
And this is documented. They captured him. They interrogated him. He admitted, "Oh, I do know about the nuclear program." And then they were asking questions. They brought him to scientists, and scientists were like, I don't think he knows shit, actually. And he's just been like...
But he was like, fuck, I don't want to die.
Atoms, neutrons, electrons, zeros and ones. And they're like, fuck, they have hundreds of them.
So what's your favorite part of World War II?
Oh, the weapons being developed at the time.
Fuck, you took mine.
Is that what you were going to talk about too?
Well...
What is it, Sternberg?
Well, you guys can talk about
Sturmgewehr.
two different things because they also had the they had I'm skipping on the name. That's why they have them in Call of Duty. They were
Sturmgewehr?
No, the wonder weapons.
Oh, some like the crazy like German like
Yeah, like all those crazy German weapons that they were like telling the public, like when they were losing the world, they were like, no, but these crazy new...
the Wunderwaffe.
Yeah, the Wunderwaffe.
Die Glock.
Which I used
Gaston
to always...
was technically born then.
It's the clock. The bell.
Oh, that. Yeah, no, I forgot about that. The bell, yeah, the whole like secret nuclear program shit.
No, it's a UFO.
Oh,
Yeah,
fuck,
well,
I forgot about... There's two different things, too, I'm thinking of.
Dude, I love when countries are losing wars. They're like, propaganda time.
Yeah,
we got to pump this shit out.
Just
Well,
side note, I don't respect anybody who calls the Wunderwaffe. I don't respect anybody that doesn't call it the Wunderwaffle.
Wunderwaffle. That's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair.
That's how I read it in Call of Duty. Okay, sorry, Donut, take it away.
No, I was going to say, Connor, you can back me up on this. Wasn't there some theories where the Germans went up to Antarctica and they were trying to figure out some, like...
this is documented.
Hollow Earth.
The Hollow Earth? Like, the Germans were actually researching the Hollow Earth?
They found Hyperborea under the surface.
I made a whole video about it.
Yeah, wait, Connor, right? We found just in a new... a abandoned research facility in the Antarctica, just like in the last
It was like
20 years.
Yeah, I think it was like 20 years ago. They found it in Canada.
It's Canada.
Canada,
Yeah. It was a radio station, wasn't it?
It was a weather station for Bond. Well, Brandon's about to get out.
Yeah. I'll bounce out if you want to talk about this.
I do want to hear about
need a
this
pee
theory.
real
Get to
quick.
pee?
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
cool.
Go pee. Go pee.
We'll do a cut.
All alone? Now time to trim the old pubes.
Hey there, beach babe. Are you ready to soak up those summer vibes and get the perfect beach bod?
I don't have pants on.
Yeah, I noticed. Well, you're in luck, because our friends over at MANSCAPED.com have you covered from head to toe. With the Performance Package 5.0 Ultra, they'll have you looking and feeling good this summer. Trust Manscaped to unlock the confidence you need to turn heads this summer season. Join the 10 million men who already trust Manscaped and use discount code UNSUB at checkout to get 20% off your order plus free shipping. Let's make this summer your smoothest one yet.
Save me. Keep your ear and nose as tidy as your hedges. With the Weed Whacker 2.0 ear and nose head trimmer, you'll be looking classy as ever.
The updated Lawnmower 5.0 Ultra groin and body hair trimmer got a summer makeover. It's waterproof now for all those times you need to shave your groin or body hair at a pool party.
So get 20% off plus free shipping using code UNSUB at manscaped.com. The summer sun is here to stay, so trust Manscaped to keep those pubes at bay.
The other important thing about Mein Kampf is like...
No, we were talking about the Nazis in Antarctica.
Oh yeah, he knows this.
I'll just make this one point. The important
strong
thing
point you were talking about over there, why you love them.
Well, obviously, besides why the Jews suck and all that, the interesting reason to read Mein Kampf is to read the same words that brainwashed millions of people to try and understand how the rhetoric.
It's so
Worked.
fucking schizophrenic, though.
It is. It's a dog shit book. Like
What was their girl's name that was doing the below it? What was her name?
Hawk Tua?
Tua?
No, the girl that was below that was like, this is fucking garbage.
Oh, Dorothy
Frank.
Thompson.
Dorothy.
Oh, Dorothy.
Our
Oh,
girl,
yeah.
our girl Dorothy was just torn to pieces.
Yeah,
It's like,
yeah.
this
Exactly what you
this
guys were
book
saying. It was
sucks.
schizophrenic as shit.
You fucking denied me a fist bump. Appreciate that, bro.
Oh, did I? I must not have seen it.
Yeah, shouts out Dorothy Thompson.
I was too busy hating the Jews.
There goes my Congress run.
Yeah.
disagree. So that was
Antarctica.
Yeah,
And
Antarctica.
Nazis.
Oh yeah, because
Canada,
you were
actually.
asking like what's some what was like
Yeah, the
your
most
thing with
interesting-
what's the most interesting thing and something that I remembered that you did was the Nazis in Antarctica just like doing the hollow earth theory stuff.
Yeah, the Nazis believing that there was a hollow earth. So there was something called the Thule Society, which was like this occult Nazi society that were trying to find the origins. The whole purpose of it, allegedly, was that they were trying to find the origin of the Aryan people, the master race.
I'm sold. Sold already.
So there was a lot of like symbolism. That's where like all of the runes come from, and like the black sun. Heinrich Himmler was very, very big into this, and there was a belief within the society that so it was like a whole archaeological group that was part of the Thule Society. It's like the whole Indiana Jones shit when he'd be like digging up, and the Nazis are like, "Oh, we need to find the Ark of the Covenant so we can gain that power." That type.
And Hitler was fully on board, by the way, on this.
Yes,
stuff.
yeah.
I would just
fully
let that known.
Yep, full send. And part of the belief was that the Earth was hollow, and at the North Pole and the South Pole, there is an opening, and you can go inside to another Earth called Hyperborea. And that's the origin of the Aryan people. They're from inside the Earth, where there is another planet. And so there's a conspiracy theory. I made a YouTube video on it,
Conspiracy?
not to self-plug. Yeah.
This sounds like truth to me.
It certainly definitely happened. The Earth is hollow.
You've seen Godzilla vs. Kong, right? There's another planet.
To reference another piece of scientific
Have you
media.
seen the documentary? Godzilla versus Kong.
Kong Skull Island.
Well, they say at the start of the movie, based on a true story. Sorry, go on.
So the theory is that they sent an expedition to go inspect whether or not there's a hollow Earth. Maybe they did, maybe they didn't. I don't know. There's no evidence of that. They definitely went to Argentina. But they had a whaling base. The Nazis established a whaling base on Antarctica because they got cut off from their supply of butter. From primarily, I think, England. Yeah, that sounds fucking insane.
I don't know why they got cut off from their supply of butter.
It's all about butter, dude. I can't believe it's not butter. And in order to produce margarine, the main, like now we use fucking corn oil, and that's a whole other thing. But the main supply of artificial fats and oils at the time was whale oil. Like, what's the video game? You're a gamer.
Quiz me.
Yeah, where you're like a criminal or whatever, and it's like a kind of a steampunk type world, and it's all about whale oil.
Oh, about oil?
Yeah, they're like whale. It's like a whale oil world.
Huh?
And you have like superpowers. You can like shoot rats at people.
Rats?
Yeah, it came out like 10 years ago.
Is
it Dishonored? Is that the name of the game?
Never played Dishonored.
Yeah,
But
same.
that could be.
It sounds like I don't.
You're right.
Swing and a miss. But they got cut off. From
Connor
their
just
supply.
made up a video. He's like, you've never heard of the dystopian future with whale oil, where you shoot rats as magic?
I might have made that up.
You could have. I mean, I've never played Dishonored, so you could be.
Sounds like a nightmare.
Yeah.
Very fever dreamish.
Yeah.
Like, no, the whales. We get our power from the whales, and you shoot rats out of your hands.
That sounds
it
like
happened, Dad. It's
sounds like
real.
Let me
great
know,
power,
sour rat
though.
shoots
It sounds like a great gameplay mechanic.
rat. They just gnaw.
Yeah. Anyway.
Squad.
Well, nobody played that enough to know what the fuck it was about. Nobody played that.
Apparently it is Dishonored, you're right.
Wait, you can shoot rats?
All right.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
I never played the game either. I just remember seeing my friend play it. And you can
Wow.
shoot rats out of your hand.
You have 2 gamer cards now. I've given you mine because I don't deserve it, clearly.
Amen. Now I can say the N-word.
Well, I didn't.
Wait.
I do not endorse this political message.
Yeah. Nice. That's the N word, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I was just making sure.
Ninja.
I thought I stepped in
doing, my
thinking
ninja?
after the racial and Jew talk. But
anything.
Yeah, not at all. Tightening my microphone screws.
nervously kicking feet.
I know.
Everybody has their ticks. Me stroking mustache.
So
Cody not
Hitler found
talking.
the monkeys in the middle of the earth.
Yeah.
So back to the Antarctica thing. Yeah, no, they got cut off from their supply of butter. So they needed an artificial fat, which comes from whale oil, so they could produce margarine, which I guess you can't, survive as a society unless you have something to spread on your toast. And then the Nazis moved down to Antarctica to establish a whaling base, or they were just kind of scoping it out. But just like 2 months after that, they invaded Norway, which has like all of the whaling ports in the world. That was no longer a concern. They abandoned it. The British had a base down in Antarctica, and they said it was so that they could observe Argentina, but it was to observe the Nazis. It was a whole thing. The Earth's not hollow. There's nothing going on down there. It's very cold. You can trust me. I've been down there.
Except for Godzilla and Kong. Actually, Kong is the only one down there because Godzilla was up on the Earth.
But he actually cycled through the...
No, Kong's down there. There's.
Yeah,
I
the
believe
Kongs.
it. The Nazis were onto something. That's where all the Kong people are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The movie. I just hope the director's actually in Middle Earth filming.
Peter Jackson.
And he's like, no one believes me. Those VFX fucked all of it up.
Why does no one believe me?
I'm sorry.
That would suck so bad because you could like never prove it.
You can see the Kong man right
I'm so sorry.
No, don't apologize. The fact you keep circling back to the Nazis being correct is what I find most upsetting.
So somebody's got to fight for him these days. Somebody has to stick up for the truth.
So anyway, about that Wukong video game.
Oh yeah. What'd you think of it? You played it yet?
I haven't played it yet. I don't play video games. I go outside. But
Oh, okay.
Can I give a-
get him the fuck out of here?
Dude, huge King Trout came from Red Dead 2.
King Trout?
That's his name
yeah.
online.
Yeah, my name came from that video game.
That's
I
a good
also
name.
convinced Eli to play the game.
Well,
Literally
thank
why I
God.
started playing
Dude,
it. Finished
okay,
it. I
okay.
finished it.
I know,
Hold up.
and Eli was obsessed with it for like 3 months there.
I
And
learned
that's
how
all
to
you
spin
talked about.
revolvers.
Only
from
3
it.
months?
It was probably 6.
Do you guys want to know something?
Yes.
Okay, I might
No.
spill a little bit of a secret.
Spilling the beans?
I had plans to collab or talk to Roger Clark, the voice of Arthur Morgan, for a video to promote audiobook about Red Dead Redemption and its connections to like cowboy history. But there's currently a strike going on, so he can't do anything.
Fuck. Yeah, I forgot another strike started.
Yeah,
There's another strike?
Video game side.
Yeah, video game side.
So,
like
Hollywood
voice
did-
actors, AI, they don't want their jobs to be replaced by AI. Not 100% certain on that, but I think that's
So it is what's their fear is because there's no way in their contract. And if you've ever worked with corporation or Hollywood style to save money, they will literally be like, hey, we have his voice. We have literally hours of like hundreds of hours of dialogue we can use. And then we'll just replicate his voice for the video game on the next round. So we don't have to pay that dude. We just do this. And then video game artists, the hardest part is royalties or anything like that. It's non-existent in the video game space.
Yeah. So I was talking to this guy who was working with Roger Clark on this audiobook. It's also like a physical book. And we were talking about collabing, which would, oh my God, I'd never fucking fanboy harder. I would have to like contain that,
Yeah.
and try to refrain from doing all the Red Dead 2 references and like, I don't get you.
Yeah.
Don't get you no more.
Howdy, man. How you doing?
I'm here for money.
Had a girl.
Howdy, girl.
That's a
You a
good
good
girl.
girl. That's a good girl.
You're all right, girl. But
I love it.
so if the strike ends, there is a possibility I could do like a really cool interview with him because he does the voice of this audiobook. So it's like a really cool thing to promote and like collab with on. And anyways,
That'd be
Like
fucking
in the
dope.
character of Arthur Morgan?
yeah.
Oh, hell yeah.
And it's like it's like a book about how Red Dead 2 ties in with like actual cowboy history basically.
Cowboy
like
history's dope.
Narrated by Arthur Morgan. That's the guy you want. That's the guy you want.
It's a
for that
selling
audiobook.
point, I think.
Yeah. But because of the strike, obviously he has certain obligations to not.
Make money.
Well, yeah.
He's not allowed to because he's a member of a union.
Well, yeah, because he's sticking up for all the other guys. You know what I mean?
That's an opinion you can have.
Well, for him to go outside of that and say fuck those people, I want to go on this YouTuber's channel. No, I would not have him on those terms.
Did you tell him to do it for free?
What's that?
Be like, do it for free. Represent the people.
Can we just pay these people to do something?
No, that's what they're sticking up for.
Yeah.
So
it's unionizing. You got to read the Communist Manifesto to understand that, Cody.
you're like, damn it, why am I in this conversation?
Well, would you want a role like Arthur Morgan replaced by somebody
No,
who's
I'd
less
be
qualified?
Trust
or-
me, like Hollywood sucks as a whole. I've got to be part of that industry. I know how fucking shady it is. And then the flip side of AI is a lot of people on strike suck at their job. That's what sucks because you have the talented people.
Yeah, but Roger Clark clearly does
fucking
not.
talent.
So,
That dude fucking.
So whatever he's sticking up for, I'm on his side.
Yeah, and then it sucks. It's like the other 80% probably do suck at their job. Or the writer's strike was one of those weird ones where it was, they're not taking my scripts. When you read a lot of Hollywood scripts, you're like, yeah, dog, you suck at what you do. Jesus fuck, you do not deserve money right now. But then you have the top tier that actually
Encouraging alcoholism.
Of course.
the top tier.
I notice your drink is empty, good sir. Sorry.
I just need some whiskey.
I'm sorry. I feel like we just completely derailed your whole Nazi Antarctica
No,
trip.
that was done. We're on a
Oh,
different
okay.
thing now.
Okay,
Welcome to Unsub.
Yeah, well, that's
no
just
structure.
the
Nazis.
80.
If you really want to stay on the Nazis, go back.
No, it's just
He's like, sorry, we derailed the Nazi conversation.
It's just my ADHD, but
let's go back to Nazis.
we could do an entirely new podcast just about Red Dead Redemption 2.
Hell yeah.
Fucking all day long, dog.
You guys beat it?
Oh yeah. Yeah. What
Cody, I got
what
Cody.
ending did you get?
The good one, obviously.
Oh,
But-
I got the worst one.
Oh, we found that out. I was like, what? He's like, this is my. I was like, ooh, that's a harsh.
Dude, that scene though. However, when he goes back for the, you went back for the money.
How do you mean?
Cody, go la la la
At
la.
the end.
As Jack? Or I
Well,
mean, as
no.
John?
We'll keep it as vague. Actually,
It's hard.
Spoiler alert.
no spoilers. Actually, we'll stop right there.
You got to go for the money.
All you'll know is that there's a decision at some point to go back for the money. That's it. But that doesn't really matter.
Oh, I thought it was entirely based off of your standing on
It's part of it.
Yeah, that's part of it.
So there's
but,
4 endings.
But yeah,
Because
yeah.
I got the worst one.
Yeah,
Where,
you went back for the money and then you were an asshole.
yeah.
is that what
That's it. That's the only.
Yeah.
We can't ruin this
Yeah, that's
masterpiece
all I'm
for
gonna
him
say.
though. Can't. So
I
we got
haven't
to.
got the ending yet. I haven't been there. I'm
All
sorry.
I'm going to say is I died in the rain.
As Cody, I will say you're in that hard part because you just started, and it does take that little. The mechanics are weird and they don't explain it, but once you open that world up, Jesus, I'm so glad this year was the first. Last year, going into this year, was the first time I've ever played it because it was a experience that I actually finished a video game.
This story is so fucking good.
So good. I haven't
Also,
beat a
the
video
side
game.
stories too. Like, did you guys
It's
do
like
that?
Witcher 3 level of side quests.
Well, we'll only spoil like random, side quest shit. Nothing main plot. Just because to rob somebody else of that enjoyment.
Dude,
I
the
feel like-
circus?
the circus quest was so funny.
Did you do it?
Yeah, where you
You gotta
the wild
follow
animals.
the
Yeah.
like
Dude, it's
the
like
really
it's a
short-
dog dressed up as like a zebra, dude, or a horse as a zebra. Everything, and then I'm that's all I'm gonna say.
It's like that classic rock star fucking shenanigans. That's so perfect.
The story of that game is so good. The girl I was dating at the time, every time a main story cutscene would come on, she would ask me to call her into the room so she could watch it like a fucking movie. It's so.
I learned how to
fucking
spin revolvers and toss them and do all tricks with revolvers because of that in Metal Gear Solid. I started playing that and I was like, I need to buy 2 revolvers. And then I was like, Metal Gear Solid, and I started spinning. Now I'm very good at spinning and tossing revolvers. ADHD or autism?
No, I mean you try to emulate the things you think are cool, right?
Dude, so fucking gangster.
That's why I emulate Eli.
Yeah, that's why I suck dick.
Where are your tattoos?
They're on the way.
He ordered them. They're coming in.
Yeah.
Printed on. Well, like the voice actor you were talking about who's doing, or, that you're working with right now.
Roger Clark. I haven't talked to him
Clark.
directly. I talked to the guy who's working with Roger Clark on this audiobook.
Okay. Yeah.
And it's a physical book. Anyways.
He definitely does the voice of Arthur because he has his own voice, and then when he's doing the character, he puts on a voice. But the gentleman whose name I can't remember, Chase, please put his name up on the screen. He's a wonderful voice actor who does the voice of John Marsden. That's his voice.
That's John's
Yeah.
voice.
Yeah, he's from like Nowheresville, Indiana, and he's just like I watched an interview and it was like all the voice actors and they're going through and they're like getting into character and everything, and then it cuts to the guy who plays John and he's like, "Yeah, I'm going on and I'm gonna play John Marsden." It's like, okay, that's just his voice. Arthur. They found a guy who had the perfect natural voice.
The best thing about it, too, I think, if memory serves, he did the like Rockstar. Rockstar loves to recruit like unknown people because like they, there's no hyper buzz around some person that nobody knows. There's no chance of them like spoiling their upcoming project.
Very smart, actually.
Very smart. So they found. I also can't remember his name off the top of my head, which I feel bad about.
His name's probably John Marsden.
I think it's like Spencer or something.
I don't think it's Spencer. Whitehoff, something Whitehoff. Anyways, I think he like Rockstar recruited him to voice in Red Dead Redemption 1, and then like he just like went back to his like actual humble farm life.
He's like
and then they came back to him like 5 or 6 years later. It's like, hey, we're doing Red Dead Redemption 2. You want to come back? And then came back, and he's like an actual.
He's just a guy.
Yeah, like an actual cowboy kind of dude, modern cowboy.
There's like a video of him. It was a documentary of them, the making of. I'm sure that's what you're referencing. It's like
I think
him
so.
sitting on his front porch smoking a cigarette, and he's like, "Yeah, they asked me to come back and be John Marsden again." Well, like the guy who played Trevor in GTA 5, like he hates it. You know about that?
I do.
Yeah.
Wait, he hates?
Do you want to know a fun fact about me? This is going to trigger a large part of Unsub's gaming audience. Is that
Never played Grand Theft Auto.
I have played GTA 5 twice. 2 gaming sessions. One when it first came out. The day it came out, I played the first mission. And then a second time was for a collab with a different YouTube channel. And I've never played GTA 5 outside of those 2 instances.
Really?
Yeah.
Eli's gesturing that he's never played it at all.
Dude, Ryan's favorite game is Grand Theft Auto. We've had talks on like Ryan started playing that at like the age of 8, and I would be like, "Hey, you're borrowing cars." We had a whole thing. So like, "Okay, Daddy." I was like, "You say please when you pull somebody out of their car. Ask them to borrow it." I was like, like common courtesy is like, fuck. He really likes this. Homeboy can beat that entire game. I didn't know this until like a few years ago. He came, he was like, "Oh, and I have to get to this part," and he knows it's fucking autism. He knows everything on Grand Theft Auto, so he will beat up to a portion of the game to unlock a specific portion, but then you ask him, "Hey, what's this?" or the end. He knows every portion of that game to a T. But his favorite thing still to this day, and he will do it for hours at a time, is collects vehicles, parks them on the train track, and watches the train hit them and explode.
Well, who doesn't love that, man?
He just does that for hours. He's like,
Oh, Ryan likes trains.
I know. Weird. They're in that perfect line.
Oh, but
Grand Theft Auto, yeah.
Did you like you're saying you're doing all this? Did you grow up like reading cowboy books or anything?
Nah, man. I mean, so I live in Washington, right? But up
State.
north, yeah, Washington State. I always have to clarify because of fucking DC, those plebes.
Weird you have
Plebs.
to clarify.
Well, I mean, when you say Washington, people naturally want to. But so I didn't grow up with cowboy books. But on my dad's side of the family, they lived up in a city called, or not a city, a town called Linden, which is like the city. If you think of Washington in geography, it's basically the city right before the Canadian border.
Yeah, right up there.
A very small town. I think the movie Footloose is based on Linden because there was actually a time where they weren't allowed to dance on Sundays there. It's actually, fun fact about Linden, I believe this is true. Correct me if I'm wrong, chat. But in Linden, out of any towns in the United States of America, it has the most churches per square mile of any town.
Wait, you couldn't fucking dance on Sundays?
Yeah,
Dude,
well,
that was
I mean, dancing is of the
Footloose,
devil,
dude.
so if you dance, you're dancing with the devil, you know?
Dude, I love old. The further we get, it's like, man, we're kind of retarded back then.
But to answer your question, I didn't grow up like with cowboy books, but I did grow up with grandparents who lived a more rural lifestyle.
Gotcha.
Like my grandfather had to, like, he dropped out of the 4th grade to work on the farm, so he never got more than a 4th grade education, but he was very fucking smart despite that.
How old are you?
30.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm old as shit, man.
But you did grow up watching like Tombstone and like stuff.
I watched
like
Tombstone a bit. Yeah.
I just remember like every Sunday my father would put on Tombstone or like something like that, like John Wayne, like just old cowboy movies.
Yeah.
Fucking all day long.
Yeah,
John
it was the
Wayne.
best time ever just watching that.
I'm like, God damn it.
Red Dead Redemption 2 is like every John Wayne cowboy movie, just in video game form.
And you control the story.
He
Do
can't.
you want to shoot this person or save him?
It's the triangle. I saw a meme today. It's a triangle, and it was like men are on one of these 3 corners, and it's cowboy, samurai, pirate. It's the cowboy fantasy.
I'm on cowboys and pirates.
I'm on samurai and cowboys.
So you love Ghost of Tsushima?
Oh, fucking dog.
Sushi Ghost?
Sushi Ghost. We've had done episodes about Sushi Ghost back in the day, dude. Sushi Ghost.
There's I have a 15-year-old son now, and I raise him like John Wayne, where it's
He
like
hits him.
Yeah, exactly. I strike him constantly. Do you remember the scene where
Son,
he's like,
I want you to grow up to be racist.
well, the specific scene, I can't remember what movie it is with John Wayne, where he's like, you can't swim?
Oh, he throws the kid in the fucking
water. You can swim now.
It's like that Hulk Hogan backdrop in, was it Mr. Nanny or what was the movie? Where was a backdrop they captured on camera on accident? Wait, do none of you know this? Mm-mm. It was filming when Hulk Hogan, it's like Mr. Nanny or Future Cop or whatever fucking Hulk Hogan movie it was. He's riding the Harley. He's like, "Brr," and you know what I'm talking about?
With the dog?
Yeah, and then it's a random stranger in the background. They didn't know this. And it's a dude in the background like chucking a dog in the river.
Dog into the ocean, yeah.
You've not, dude, bro. Oh my god.
What the fuck, Eli?
No, you've not. Yeah, this is a whole thing. God, what movie was it?
No holds barred.
No holds bar.
No
dog.
holds
Let me
barred.
go. Dog scene.
Was this during Hulkamania when he was the best person on the planet?
Wait, is it no bar?
Yo, shout out Show for being our database over
Or
there.
Jamie?
Or Jamie. Jamie, pull that up.
Yeah.
Jamie, pull it up.
It's like a cutscene, and they missed this part. Wait for it in the background. Dude, Hulk
Wait, someone
Hogan,
just chucks a dog?
Into the ocean, yeah.
What the fuck,
Mr.
man?
Nanny. Mr. Nanny.
It's a full-grown dog, too.
Dude, yeah, that's still right there. Just a dog getting shot. I just like that, man.
That's not intentional?
No, that was a fucking random occurrence.
Okay, to be honest, that dog probably loved doing that.
Oh yeah,
It's probably
I just like
He's probably
Yeah,
super
but the
stoked.
people
He's
who
like,
edited
"Yeah,
the
owner,"
movie-
and the guy
How
throws
did,
him
like,
back in the ocean.
How do you miss that?
easy. You're like, Hulk looks good next.
It's on the editor. Chase.
So, circling back to Hitler, he kind of reminds me of Dutch in a lot of ways, right?
So about that Chinese game you're sponsored by, Tiananmen Square Massacre.
Go on.
We can go into Black Man Wukong.
Oh yeah, okay,
yes.
wait, yeah, I do. Okay,
If
first
we're
off,
canceling each other, let's go.
Black Wukong, was it?
Oh my God, he's so racist.
I know. Sorry, African American
Myth
Wukong.
Yeah, sorry.
The best part of that is how they led up the game. They released a trailer 4 years ago, said shit, and then 2 weeks ago, I think they were like, "Oh yeah, it comes out in 2 weeks."
Yeah.
And then the player base, it broke all the records, like Steam players, active players, everything.
Second place. PUBG is still like the number one, like most concurrent players on Steam for any video game. PUBG is like 3 million. But the fact that like some game that wasn't really as hyped as
Single player game.
also, like people were. I mean, we all saw the hype with Power World. If like you were
Yeah.
in with the gaming community at all, Power World.
I played the fuck out of Power World, dude.
That didn't rank as high as the sim player base.
No shit.
In fairness, the Chinese, they've got a lot of player base.
Well, whether or not they are forced to play this video game or they genuinely want to,
Play Wukong now! You play the Wukong game. Play the monkey. Okay.
Black Monkey Gang.
Yeah, play Black Monkey game.
it's pretty decent as far as I've played. There's definitely some very funny, interesting controversies around it, though.
I haven't heard the controversies.
You haven't?
No.
Well, they sent out a letter to all the content creators. Yeah.
Go on.
Oh, yeah. They sent out a letter, a list of do's and don'ts for Black Myth Wukong for content creators that got an early code. I was not one of them, so I'm not bound by anything. But on
do tell.
On the do's and don'ts, it says...
You got the list, pull it out. It's the do's or the don'ts far outweigh the do's.
Yeah. Let me.
This is hilarious.
Yeah, just give me 1 sec.
Please tell me it's in broken English.
Because I mean, the gameplay is like
Dark Souls.
Yeah, like the Dark Souls style.
Souls-like.
Souls-like. Dude, I played Demon Souls for the PS2. Or PS3.
I was
Korean
about
version.
to
I had the Korean version.
Oh shit!
Because the FOA, shout out to Fires Heaven, they were like, "This game's hard as shit," and I was like, "Boy, this is."
Did you play that
Korean
before
or
like Dark Souls
Korean
came
or
out?
Japanese?
Yes, I played
Oh my
Yeah,
God,
this is
dude,
like
gamer street cred, like maximum. You played Demon Souls before Dark Souls?
Yeah, I had the Korean version before it hit America.
Korean or Japanese?
Korean.
Yeah, it is fucking
Why Korean?
based.
Is it a Korean? No, Japanese game.
Japanese.
But they released. I could
He
get the
doesn't
Korean.
even
no,
know the difference.
Okay.
I had to get the Korean version that worked on the PS3. There's a weird. Fuck. Now I actually forget.
PAL versus NT
Something like that.
whatever.
Yeah. Now I'm like, wait, why did I buy that? It wasn't released, or it released in Japan or then Korea before America. We didn't get it, and everyone on the Fires of Heaven board was like, "Yo, this game's fucking hard."
Oh, you got it early.
Hard, yeah, before it came to America. So I was like, "Oh, I'm gonna try it." The guys there. That's how I got Bitcoin in 2010. It's like, these are my OG homies.
That's
so
really fucking cool.
we did that, and I was like, "Oh," played it. I was like, "This game sucks dick. This is fucking jeez. It's amazing. Like, holy, it's hard good."
I was about to get him.
Good, good,
Souls-like games.
good,
Okay,
hard, but
Dark
Okay,
Souls
so,
boy.
so quick anecdote. This is the thumbnail I have for the. This is
it's a good thumbnail. It's a good thumbnail. If you couldn't tell by for my laughter,
It fucks me up, but okay. So the Black Myth Wukong developers, God bless China. We love what they're doing over there with the communism and everything. I brought the manifesto over for a reason. I mean, also just side note, I didn't just shave this goatee because it makes me incredibly attractive to women, but I'm trying to, look like Lenin. Anyways,
Bring your book back out.
Anyways, so the funny part about it, you said broken English. Do's and don'ts.
Wow.
Don'ts.
Do's, enjoy the game. Do not.
Oh, okay. Thank you for telling me to enjoy the game.
Yeah,
the do's and don'ts of this game. First off, enjoy it.
Enjoy game right now.
Second, the don'ts.
Okay, well, surprisingly, the game is actually pretty decent. Okay. Not necessarily mind-blowing, but it's pretty cool to get like this kind of cut of Chinese culture in a video game form. I equated it to like the Witcher series being a vessel for Norse and Polish mythology, and kind of like having representation for that sort of thing, and being able to
or like the Souls game with the what's the Japanese
Sekiro.
Sekiro, thank you.
Yeah.
Okay. For just quick reference, I had the Korean version because that was the first one that had English subs to it, and that came out April 28, 2009. That is why I had the Korean version.
He's not racist.
You had me confused. I was like, why the fuck did I buy the Korean version? The Japanese game was only in Japanese. Okay. I was like, you gaslit me?
I just want to take a moment to point out how fucking based somebody is for playing Demon Souls before Dark Souls, because Demon Souls was like hugely underrated at the time, and Dark Souls popularized it. And I was one of those people that played Dark Souls and was like, oh, there's another one, and then I went back to Demon Souls. So I liked it before I was cool. Yeah, exactly. And
I was
he's a
fucking
paragon.
gay.
Tell us about the dance.
Yeah. So,
Okay, back to the dance. I'll do it all in Chinese
by the way, the
accent.
spelling mistake is made twice. It is not a one-off.
At least they're
Do as in
consistent.
dances.
Do's and don'ts. Okay, do not insult other influencers or players.
Don't insult the people. The influencers, that bad.
I mean that's fair. I can get down with that. There's no like multiplayer voice chat, so I don't really have an opportunity for that. That's fine.
Well, they didn't grow up during Modern Warfare 2, but it's okay.
Do not use any offensive language or humor.
Don't say the cuss word. That's bad. Okay.
So like,
next
words.
Thank you, Eli, for
one.
translating.
Yeah, I got you all.
So they don't want us using words like and shit and dick nipples and shit like that and that. Also,
Say why in Japanese or in Chinese. Why is very strong word.
And then
well, just to clarify, and I can send you guys a picture of the do's and don'ts. But just to clarify, this was a list of recommendations for content creators that they sent early codes to. Trying to control a part of the narrative around Black Myth Wukong. By the way, pretty decent game. Maybe worth checking out, but
7 to 8 out of 10.
yeah. So the third dance is do not include politics, violence, nudity, feminist propaganda, fetishization, and other content that instigates negative discourse.
Don't let the white lady be strong. Women down, stupid bitches. Make sure you also don't talk about the negative discourse. But also women, no go.
But the best part,
And fetish.
okay, 'cause-
Cody's face right now.
yeah.
No, I'm not going to say the
Oh,
loud
there's
part.
a lot of jokes to make. Trust me, I make them in my video that's coming out soon.
I just
Probably before the
I just
podcast.
like it was like racism, feminism, and discourse.
Yeah, no. So the next
God
one,
damn.
do not use trigger words such as quarantine or isolation
Or
COVID-19. Those are trigger words. Okay.
For the Chinese,
now,
they are.
Are you guys triggered right now?
I am so triggered. The COVID-19 did not come from China, did not come from the bat, okay? Move on to next point. Wukong, very good game. Very positive. White people like it. America like it.
You were being very racist.
I'm probably
No, he's
I
Asian,
am
it's
Asian,
okay.
so I'm good.
Shit.
That's the only reason I
yeah, he's ambiguous about what
I was
nation.
like,
What do you think he was?
just racist.
I don't assume.
You're like, holy
You
shit.
couldn't tell based on the shape of his skull?
I just like you were
Let
so
me
caught
take
off
some
guard.
measurements real quick.
This guy's not into phrenology.
I'm like, he's going hard on the Chinese accent. Okay, but.
So Mexican, Asian, Native American, which I did not know. I got that like whole 23 in me back
You
then.
got
I was
all
like,
the passes.
I was like 22%. What
Please
the
have a
fuck?
child.
Okay, but
And then my white son.
so just a reminder: do not use trigger words such as quarantine or isolation or COVID-19. And you know what this means, boys? You know what they didn't mention?
What's that?
Go on.
Well, I'm gonna say it. Looks like Tiananmen Square Massacre and Winnie the Pooh is back on the menu, boys. We can talk about that. Let's go. Black Myth Wukong.
Wait, Cody, have you seen a trailer for it?
Yeah, it looks great.
Dude, it looks absolutely fucking gorgeous. And-
Yeah, the graphics are really, really good.
Have you seen it yet?
No.
Dude, Trout, like, for the sheer fact that they did no marketing and then 2 weeks before the launch, they're like, it comes out in 2 weeks, by the way.
I think they might have had one trailer a year ago at the Xbox Game Showcase, because I remember, but like not much else besides like, oh, here's like a more official trailer.
You're like, "Bruh."
I gotta pee again.
Yeah,
by the way,
go.
so.
When Cody started his crazy business of podcasting, you know what he didn't think about? Merchandise. But now he's selling what?
Merch. And it couldn't be easier.
All because of Shopify.
If you've shopped on bunkerbranding.com, you've used Shopify.
Shopify is a global commerce platform that helps you sell at every stage of your business.
From the launch your online shop stage to the first real life store stage, all the way to the did we just hit 1 million orders? Exclamation point. Shopify's there to help you grow.
From their all-in-one e-commerce platform to their in-person POS, that means point of sale, wherever and whatever you're selling, Shopify's got you covered.
Once you start selling, Shopify makes getting paid simple by instantly accepting every type of payment.
Shopify helps you turn browsers into buyers using the internet's best converting checkout, up to 36% better compared to other leading commerce platforms.
And sell more with less effort thanks to Shopify Magic.
Your AI-powered all-star.
Shopify powers 10% of all e-commerce in the United States. And Shopify is the global force behind Allbirds, Rothy's, and Brooklinen.
My favorite companies.
What is that?
No clue, but they also power millions of other entrepreneurs across 175 countries.
Because businesses that grow with Shopify.
Sign up for a $1 per month trial period at shopify.com/unsubpod. All lowercase.
Go to shopify.com/unsubpod now to grow your business, no matter what stage you're in.
Go to shopify.com/unsubpod.
And they're saying it's like a 7 or an 8 on gameplay, but just dude, my favorite thing is like, he said a year and they didn't give a date, and then 2 weeks they were like, oh yeah, it comes out on the 20th.
We will release now.
That's Japanese.
Oh yeah, I can't do that Chinese accent.
That Chinese accent gotta go higher pitch.
No, I can't.
Gotta go to the high pitch. The high pitch. You got the H2O. You drinking a White Claw? Okay, white man. You go look at you dressed like twin over there. Got the white skin. Got the white shirt. Got the blue jean. You need to unbutton one button, match his chest hair, you know.
Yeah,
there we go.
All 6 of my chest hairs, bro.
Borrow some from him. Grew it on.
Yeah, we didn't plan this out. Actually, we did call each other this morning. We're like,
send pictures in the mirror.
You wearing your white shirt today? Yeah, I'm wearing my white shirt today too.
How chubbed up are you right now, bro?
Dude, the Wukong, but I will say the Wukong story is fucking, all the mythologies from back in the day are so gangster. I'm like, yeah, this is what we need more of. Retellings of it, and actually studios coming out. Now, will I play Chinese games? Probably not so much, because they still restrict. Even World of Warcraft, they reskinned a lot of the Chinese version of World of Warcraft is different than what we play.
Really?
Yeah, they can't show the bodies. They can't show skeletons. Big no-no.
Dude, China's actually been kind of on fire with recent games like Black Myth Wukong is really good, and also Marvel Rivals.
You were saying that one's actually good.
That replaces the Overwatch that has been missing from my life. Like when Overwatch 2 came out, there was like a void of like the hero shooter, and Marvel Rivals, like, yes, I was sponsored by them, but it's actually a good video. Like, they're not paying me to
say that
to say this. No, it's like an actually good video game, and they're gonna, unlike Overwatch 2, they're not gonna gatekeep fucking new heroes. They're all free at release, which is like.
I was a big COD fan. I played the shit out of Warzone, like Warzone and Warzone 2. I smashed. Those were my jams when I was playing them. Then I stepped away from gaming as it was really hard.
And your life significantly got worse after you stepped away from gaming.
I just almost became a statistic in the veteran community. It was hard. Dave the Diver, dude.
I'm sorry, bro.
He's gonna play Dave the Diver. He was like, "Holy shit!"
It.
Did you see that too? I checked it out. I he kind of got me sold on it. I saw the reviews in the footage. He was like, "Oh yeah, it's kind of like."
It's like 10/10 on Steam right now. Dave the Diver.
And then how many reviews at 10/10?
I think 97% of the reviews on Steam are positive.
And that's like 100,000?
100,000 reviews.
Wow.
97% positive. Like a 10 out of 10 on Steam, I feel like, I could be wrong, but that seems like unheard of.
And then to have 97,000 reviews or 100,000
100,000 at 97% positive. And accounting for trolls, maybe like just shitting on the game because everybody likes it. Maybe you got an extra 1 or 2%. So that's more like 98, 99%.
But a single dude, or no, that was Animal Well. But like a small team worked on that game, and Cody's huge into cooking. Like that is his fucking forte.
Oh yeah.
Oh, my boy can cook. Let him cook.
And
actually,
exclusive on Pepperbox.
Well, literally, we just started the show with our boy Cody on Pepperbox. Cody's the only one I eat, and I'm like, fuck you on how good this tastes.
What is food though, other than shit fuel?
You cook like my uncle, except you don't dash your cigarette into it.
Oh, we don't use MSG. MSG very bad.
Isn't that what turns the frogs gay?
Welcome to Let 'em Cook.
I straight up know I'm gonna have a terrible reaction to this.
He can cook and not just opinions on the internet. Some real fucking food.
But I was like, yeah, you fish with a harpoon gun, you swim, and then you run a sushi store, and it is fantastic. I like mindless games at this point in my life where I don't have to learn a goddamn thing. I want to sit down and I want to play a game. Red Dead, thank you for that. That was the exception where I was like, I gotta learn everything. Holy shit, this world's expansive. Didn't do the prologue or the epilogue. I was like, no, don't fuck.
No, you take over as Jack, and you're like, or John.
It's like 6 hours.
Yeah.
He didn't. What?
No,
you go to the Mexico part, and it's like, who cares?
Wait, are you talking about Red Dead 1 or Red Dead 2?
2.
You didn't play the epilogue?
No, with John Marston.
Get back on that shit,
No,
man.
we're going into spoilers.
Get back on that shit. Are you kidding? It leads. Oh my god. It makes Red Dead 1 even more tragic.
I've never played one.
I convinced him to play 2.
Give me your fucking gamer card right now, bro.
Sorry. Fucking.
Well, I'll only take half of it because you did beat Red Dead 2. So
What about my Demon Souls or Dark Souls?
Actually,
Demon Souls.
okay.
I got the full card back.
Yeah, you got it all back.
you.
But
And my card back.
No. Real shit. Finish the epilogue. Play Red Dead 1 because if you haven't beat Red Dead 1, like the coolest thing, one of the coolest things about the Red Dead Redemption duology, I guess, because there's 2 games, is you can play them in either order, and the story is just as impactful. If you play the first game, you kind of know how the second game ends, but you don't know how you get there. If you play the second game, you don't know how the first game ends, and then you get there.
Funny story. Actually, they got a bunch of shit for not having because John wasn't the main character in 2 because whatever happens.
Yeah, and all those people turned out to be retarded because
Super
Arthur
fucking
Morgan
retarded.
because Arthur Morgan was the choice, and you still get to play as John Marston.
Cody, everyone hated Arthur when it was trailer. And you're like, you can't play with John Marston? This is going to be bullshit. And then literally everyone's opinion was like,
like the biggest 180 in the history of 180s on opinions.
I was wrong.
Yeah.
John, really cool dude. Arthur, greatest character ever in video game history.
To the point where there's a debate. like there's a debate. A lot of people will actually argue now that Arthur Morgan is a better protagonist than
100%.
John.
Dude, he raised fucking Jack. He's the father figure to Jack.
Remember?
Cody's like, I wish I played this.
No spoilers, but like there is a debate to be had there because
both raised each other, some might say.
Yes.
They
Well-
had turning points.
Well, and then the one
depending on how you play.
mission that I refused to play because afterwards that starts happening. That's the one I stopped playing.
I know it.
I will
tier.
say, I mean, we're kind of feel free to cut any of this garbage that you think is garbage, or too much. But one of the coolest things about Red Dead Redemption 2 is that it flips the strongman protagonist hero on its head.
Yep.
So you probably noticed this. You might not have like explicitly thought of it.
How do you mean?
What you just did.
Wait. How far have you gotten?
Did.
How far have you gotten in Red Dead 2?
Not too far.
Connor, what did you just do?
I don't
know what he just did.
What are you saying, emotionally or physically?
Both. I think both.
I don't want to spoil it.
Okay.
But
Cody, plug your ears.
No, whisper in his ears.
Yeah.
Whisper in his.
So the traditional male protagonist who's just like strong, or like who starts off weak and becomes strong, flips it on its entire head.
Okay, we got it. Yep.
Weaker and weaker.
Yep.
Which is like really compelling, right? Normally it's like
It doesn't fucking happen. You get strong. Like, it's a perfect representation because it's the antithesis of like Edge of Tomorrow. It is the antithesis of Edge of Tomorrow because you're like, oh, any movie, it's like, oh, I have to overcome this. How do I overcome this?
The main character starts off weak. He learns how to be a strong man. But it's like, it's the opposite in Red Dead 2. And it's like, it's so fucking compelling. And like, I think every guy can kind of relate to that. Everybody can relate to that process.
You play the love story side arc?
Which one?
Yes, girl.
Yeah, you go
with Arthur's girl.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Dude, Cody, Cody, you need to go home and beat
get on this, man.
I know, dude.
Everybody play Red Dead Redemption 2 right now.
That is the moral of the story.
I fucking hate. I am actually glad I waited so long, and I'm glad I played it in 2023 into 2024 because it took me 6 months to beat that fucking game. And the side quest, you will just get on the side quest. I was like, I want to build that satchel to hold 99 of every object. By God, did I do that? I was like, okay, this is really cool. And then I didn't get to finish the side quest with the old man that's in the hut that's like becomes his friend. I didn't because it was like too far in the game. I was like, fuck. Or the people building the house in the Act 1. I didn't get to finish that one. I was like, fuck. Dude,
well, you gotta start another playthrough, my guy.
I know, and I
play the fucking game, Eli. I'll play it.
Dude, Cody, oh my God.
I convinced Eli to play it the first time I was on the podcast.
And I did, and I was best.
He would text me at like 3 a.m.
A lot of regrets.
And he would be like, dude, this fucking game rules.
And then I found Connor's ending. I was like, man, that ending. He was like, what? I was like, wait, what ending did you have? And then he told me, I was like, watched all the endings. I was like,
oh, you got the
were
worst. A piece of
I was
shit,
a piece of.
Yeah, Connor was like, fuck you.
I bet you felt awful.
I did. I genuinely, that was a really,
you probably
I
felt like
very bad.
You probably felt like Anakin after he killed Mace Windu, like, what have I done?
Well, no, I'm a huge fucking Red Dead Redemption fan because I was big in Red Dead Redemption 1, and the scene.
Wait, careful.
Oh yeah,
I don't care.
He'll never play.
No,
it.
We're not going to rob him of that.
Video game.
Wait, which one?
Red Dead Redemption 1.
Oh, 1, yeah, you can play. Yeah, 1.
I think they might be remastering it, but when you first ride into Mexico and it plays, I can't remember the artist's name, and I feel like a piece of shit. He had a song in The Secret Life of Walter Mitty. It was just a weird thing, but he has a song. It's like on acoustic guitar, and it's like step in front of a runaway train just to feel alive again. And it plays as you're riding into Mexico as the sun is rising at the beginning of the first game. And that was like the first time I was playing a video game and felt an emotion.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, these can make you feel emotions.
You felt something deeper.
Yeah. It made me think thoughts related to real life.
And then he got to Unshaken.
Huh?
Unshaken?
What's that?
Cut. You don't remember the... May I stand unshaken?
Oh, that part. Okay.
Yeah,
at the end of the game. Yeah.
Dude,
Okay,
Cody,
yeah,
you like
remember that.
very rarely in video games, like Metal Gear Solid was the first. I mean, that's why I joined the military. Even I know that is the opposite of what it represents, but it is. I still was like, oh, I want to do war. I want to do combat. I want to do all of this because of that. You know, Hideo Kojima was like, that's not what it meant.
And then he blocked you on Twitter.
Yeah, dude. I was so sad. I was like, I named my kid after.
Did he really?
No, he didn't know. God, fuck.
Oh, okay.
I met Hideo. I got a picture with him.
Oh, okay. I was like, why are you wearing his shirt?
Yeah, I got to meet him at an after party.
You need like 5 gamer cards at this rate, bro. Like,
that's why my son's named Raiden. Metal Gear Solid. So, and then finding out Liquid Snake's Eli, I was like, this cycle's fucking complete, dog. This is all I needed in my life. Yes. But that was the game. Xenogears was another game that had me feel emotion. If you've never played Xenogears, that is PS1. Very hard to get into JRPG at our age. It's very grindy. Very fucking grindy. You go back and you're like, Story's still aged very well, and it's really cool to read it because the Japanese are like, look, this will do great in America. And then the American translator's like, you're fighting God in the 90s. I don't think this is going to go over well. And they're like, but why? Okay, so you're fighting God. Like, literally, there's a boss named God. Like, but like Adam and Eve fell and you find them in the garden eating. Yeah, that makes it worse, my guy. Name them something else.
Better in my opinion. That's like
Deus. It means God in Latin. Yeah, that works. And they restructured everything. You're fighting angels and the Catholic religion. Like, for a 98 game based as shit, you're like, wow, you guys went hard for 1998. And it was competing with Final Fantasy VII at the time.
which is even more ballsy at that point.
Well, Squaresoft made it both.
Wow.
That was like the competition, both released at the same time. And that's why I'm like, just young Eli loved video games. I played the shit out of him. Older Eli doesn't have time.
The point is, Cody, gotta play Red Dead Redemption 2. And you gotta finish the epilogue. And you gotta play Red Dead 1.
Done.
So you guys want to know something funny? I don't know when you want to close this out. But one funny fact is that, so I played Red Dead Redemption 1. I beat it. And I'd been getting
bragging, bro. I played the first
I'm kind of a big deal. Look me up. I'm the Act Man. I post dog shit takes on video games. But so I'd gotten a lot of requests to play Red Dead 2, and I was like, you know what? This would be fun. I'm gonna stream my entire playthrough of Red Dead 2, and I did that, and I knew people were going to try to like trolls would come in and try to post spoilers, which they did. And so what I told my audience to do was like, hey guys, those of you that have played Red Dead 2 and you know how it ends, if somebody posts real spoilers, just flood the chat with fake spoilers so I don't know what the fuck to believe. And that kept me safe.
Kept the mystery alive.
You know, so someone would post like what I look back on as an actual spoiler, and they would be like, dude, I can't believe Dutch made out with Arthur in that one scene. Like,
that was a good scene. That's
probably one of my favorite.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Tahiti. You remember when he came? It was crazy.
What plan? What plan, Dutch? Tahiti? Timbuktu?
And then he bloated because they were stuck on an island.
Yeah.
Fucking crazy. I will say that the random encounters in the game are the hardest part because you're trying to do good like the entire time.
You don't know when you're doing good.
Yeah. Or you'll be like, hello, guy. What's up? How you doing? I'm going to save it. And then the horse
freeze.
Or the horse kicks the guy and then you're standing there and there's the dead body and the guy rides by and he's like, you kill somebody. You're like, fat pow.
No,
shoot him.
that was my horse. Because I played it. I had a horse named General. And I raised this horse, and my girlfriend at the time, and I would like ride this horse around. I didn't know that the fucking horses in the game, when they die for real in real life.
They die.
They die. Unless you have Horse Reviver.
Or a load.
Hot load. Yeah.
But you might be going back like a few hours, and if you haven't seen.
Do you want to know why I stopped playing Red Dead Redemption 2?
Your horse died?
You got me playing it. No.
Yes.
I killed everything.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
So he's a nihilist.
I killed the horses. I killed every man in the first town I went to.
If only there were children in those games,
I killed the police that showed up. I killed everything.
Do you want a hug, bud?
I think he needs a hug.
Cody killed the last person. He's like, and game over. Yeah. And then he uninstalled it.
Nothing.
If he finishes Red Dead 2, he's going to get the fucking bad ending. 1,000%.
Nothing could stop me. I killed everything.
Everything died.
I don't know if you guys know. I was like a CSGO like professional back in the day. It's like CS 1.6. I just killed. Yeah, exactly. Headshot.
You're like, they keep coming.
The horses, the cops. No one could stop me.
No shot.
This game's boring. I just keep killing these waves of enemies.
You're really a CSGO pro, or close to it, or
yeah.
Dude, back in the day.
Gamer card achieved.
You can say the N-word now.
That is not what I said. That is not what I said.
He said it. You heard it here
If
first,
the N-word
folks.
is ninja, then yes.
No, the other one with the other
No.
Nice. Nice.
Community notes.
Cody, close us out and we'll go to the after show of this beautiful show.
Thank you guys for joining the Unsubscribed podcast. I was joined today by Eli Double Tap, Act Man, King Trout. Brandon had to leave a little bit earlier.
Rest in peace.
Myself, Donut Operator. Thank you for hanging around. We're going to go to the after show at Patreon, where you can see us be even more offensive.
Also, Act Man, where do we find you at?
You can find me at The Act Man at youtube.com. No, I'll just search up The Act Man on YouTube. You can find my channel, follow my socials if you care about that. I don't know if you guys want to put that on screen or whatever. Doesn't matter to me, but it's truly been a pleasure coming on here. I know you guys reached out a couple years ago when I was at a low point, and we finally got things on track. And yeah, super fucking hyped to be here and talk to you guys. It was a lot of fun. Communism is the right way of life, by the way.
I'm texting Nick right now. Nick,
He just rang the doorbell.
I know, that was Nick. He's like,
He's got like a listening device. He was like
On his way from Iowa right now.
ran.
Oh, fuck, Nick's here.
No, but on the real, yeah, thank you guys for having me on. It's been absolute blast and a pleasure. And yeah, if you ever need another guest on or a repeat to come on,
Dude, 100%. 100% you're going to be
I'm sure
back.
I'll find something worse than
I want to see you and Nick sit together.
Yeah, bring up the
fire up
Communist
Nick.
Manifesto in front of Nick.
Well, if
He would lose his
he,
mind.
if he doesn't watch this podcast,
Then we won't
can-
push this one. I'm not going to say a thing because I want to be like, I want you to come back and him not know. And then
if you, it's totally of his free will. Like, he might watch it, he might not. But if he doesn't, just, and when I come back,
we'll gaslight him.
Yeah, no.
Put his face in the thumbnail.
That was my original plan. I was going to come here and I was going to bring out the Communist Manifesto and I was going to straight face it like, yeah, no, like,
Get him fired up.
yeah.
Yeah.
Wait. Why do you think communism doesn't work?
That's funny as shit.
Do you want to hear Nick go on a 4-hour rant?
we just walk away. He's just talking to a microphone.
Me and Connor and you go to the bar. It's like, all right, we're fine.
Yeah, and meanwhile I'm just here like,
You leave. He's still talking.
We come back. Yeah, he's
And that is why
so-
communism sucks.
Good. Good.
Today we're talking about... Okay. Patreon. Kisses.